The following program is an exclusive presentation of Bright House Networks. The Bright House Networks High School Football Game of the Week pregame show. Sponsored by CSUB Athletics.
Hi, everybody, and welcome way over to the west side. Liberty hosting Stockdale. Good evening and welcome to the High School Football Game of the Week exclusively on Bright House Networks Bakersfield. This is the CSUB Athletics pregame show. I'm Vance Palm. This is Brian Adams. This is Paul Press. A big night of football here. Brian, we're starting to get into the mix of things. We're starting to get into almost October. Everybody's starting to find out their identity. Before we get into the specifics of both teams, talk about kind of a Week 5 mentality for teams all around the county.
Well, one thing that happens this week is some teams are going to be playing out of league, some people are going to play in league.
Right.
What's important is your league game. You got to get those league victories. Without league victories, there's no championship.
Paul Press, you had a chance to meet with the visiting team, Stockdale Mustangs and Coach Boyd, tonight in our CSUB pregame athletics show. Let's start with the offense. What can we expect from this Mustang offense?
Well, tonight, first of all, we're going to see a very young quarterback with one of the strongest arms I've ever seen, Casey Hobson. He's going to come out tonight. They're going to try to spread out this very good Liberty Patriots defense. In order to do this, they cannot turn over the ball. One, no turnovers. Two, they're going to have long drives, 10, 12, 13 play drives to keep the Liberty offense off the field. And the third thing they're going to have to do is some way, try to, when they get into the red zone, make sure they get 6 points, not 3 points, because this Liberty offense is very explosive.
You had a chance to talk to Coach Boyd. Let's listen to that interview, and right after that interview, we will meet the offense of Stockdale offense.
Welcome, Bright House sports fans, to another edition of the Cal State Athletics pregame show. Today we're on the beautiful campus of Stockdale High. With me today, my buddy and head coach of the Stockdale High Mustangs, Coach Dave Boyd. Coach, welcome to the show.
It's good to be here. Good to see you too, Coach Press.
First of all, we've known each other for a very long time, probably longer than either one of us will admit.
That's right.
One thing I do know about you is your family. I know your family and how important it is to you. But I also had a chance to coach with you a few years ago, and I noticed that same family atmosphere here at Stockdale. How do you develop that?
Well, I think that's important, got to love each other, and I think, football's a violent game, and obviously we want our players to play violent on the field, but young men need to learn how to love each other. Young men need to learn how to take care of each other, and they need to learn the purpose of family, and they need to learn that there's a lot more than winning football games. Obviously we want to win games, but if we do it and don't love each other and don't have integrity and don't have character, then to me, it's not worth coaching. This is high school football, and we're teaching these young men about life, and there's so much more than just wins and losses.
Speaking of wins and losses and character, bring up a good point. Week 1, you go up against they're still undefeated, East High squad. You lose in a tight overtime game.
Yeah.
And then last week, didn't play all too well, and here comes Liberty Patriots, and we'll discuss that in a minute.
Sure.
But how do you get your team together and rebound from such a tight loss at the beginning and not playing too well last week?
Well, if we get a W, I guess I have the answer to that, don't I? We have to get better every week. We've told our kids all along that we have a very brutal preseason, and we're trying to get ready for league. We're trying to get better every week. We're trying to improve every week. We didn't play a very good game last week. We feel like we took a step back. We had 5 turnovers in that game. So we got to get back on track. But I also think we started focusing so much on the wins and losses that we stopped taking care of each other. And so our big thing is when we go out on the field, we want to love each other and let everything else happen. And that's kind of our focus this week. We've made some changes and some things this week to try to prepare for Liberty. They're a good football team, very physical. So we know we got our hands full, but we'll come ready to play.
You spoke of Liberty right there at the end. I know how much time you put in because I've spent a lot of time on this campus on Saturday mornings when I coached here going over film. I know you're a film junkie. You demand it from your coaches that they know what's going on. When watching film this week of the Liberty Patriots, what did you see and what do you think maybe you will see come tonight's game?
Well, defensively, they are very physical up front. They got some studs up front and they get after you. So we got to deal with that. On offense, of course, they've got that great quarterback who knows how to throw the football, and they've got a running back that runs pretty good too. So we've got a lot of things we got to work on. Our game plan is really no different though than it's been all year long, and that is on defense we got to tackle and we got to get better at tackling. That's something we haven't been doing well. And on offense we got to be consistent. We're still not great tacklers and we're still not consistent on offense, and until we do those two things we're going to have a tough time.
Okay, it leads you into one of my last questions. Consistency, that's what you're looking for this week. Who are some of the players that might be carrying the rock for the Stockdale Mustangs this week, and who are the players defensively and offensively that's going to have to play consistent football this week in order for Stockdale to get that W?
Well, obviously in the spread offense, a lot depends upon the quarterback, and our quarterback has got a lot of pressure in that offense, and then we put a lot of pressure on him, and we've tried to ease up a little bit on that this week, but he's got to be consistent. And, you know, guys got to catch the football. He's on, and when he's on, we're dropping balls. When he's off, we're throwing interceptions. You know, running game, I think we're doing better. You know, we averaged 4 yards a carry last week running the ball. So we got to continue to get more faith in our run game and develop our run game. So defensively, you know, our backers got to be better tacklers. They got to step up, and our corners got to cover better. And we did a good job of covering last week, but, you know, they threw some perfect passes and their receivers made some perfect plays. So, you know, there's a lot of aspects to the game. I could talk to you for about 3 hours and tell you all the things that we need to improve on. But, you know, we got to be more consistent on offense, and we got to tackle better on defense.
Coach, always a pleasure to talk to you. This is one of the highlights of my year, interviewing my buddy. Thank you for coming on the show. Appreciate the interview. Thank you. There you go, Bright House sports fan. Another great interview from one of the best head coaches I know, Coach Dave Boyd.
Great stuff, Paul. Thank you. In just a second, we're going to see the lineups for the offense here on the CSUB Athletics pregame show. Tell us a little about this offense.
Well, like we were talking about, that Casey Hobson, the young quarterback, he's going to have to be consistent, as Coach Boyd was just talking about. That means hitting his targets, his receivers on stride, letting them catch and run with the ball. That's the biggest thing tonight. He has to be consistent and on target.
Let's meet the offense for the Stockdale Mustangs.
Justin Lehrman,
there we go.
left tackle, junior.
Luis Diaz, left guard, senior.
Eric Saladon, center, senior.
Bo Brothers, right guard, senior. Mike Wickensheimer, right tackle, senior. Tyler Cottrell, tight end, senior. Emmanuel Osai, wide receiver, junior.
Lane Claiborne, receiver, senior.
Chris Bowie, junior, receiver.
Tyler Hernandez, senior, running back.
Ryan Lay, senior, running back. Casey Hobson, quarterback, junior.
Powerful, powerful offense. We hope tonight, we hope Coach Boyd's offense gets it going. The defense for Stockdale really, really, really going to be called to task tonight because, Paul, this Liberty offense is awesome. In a few moments, we're going to hear Brian's presentation tonight from Liberty. Your take on the Stockdale defense.
Well, the Stockdale defense is going to have to play consistent, but I'm talking aggressive, consistently being aggressive. They're going to have to try to get to the two-headed monster of the Liberty Patriots. That's Campbell and Vasquez. So you got to put enough people in the box to stop Vasquez, but then again, if you sit back and you put everybody in there, here comes Campbell and he'll pick you apart. So the way I would go about it, and I think the Stockdale Mustangs are going to go about it, you're going to see all kinds of blitzes coming everywhere they can. Coach Boyd calls that defense, and he's very, very, very good at calling it. So you're going to see all kinds of blitzes, trying to mix up that Liberty offensive line and trying to get to Campbell, not let him sit back there and pick you apart. Last thing, they cannot let Campbell beat them deep. They cannot give up that big play. Make them earn it.
Let's meet the Stockdale defense.
Scheimer, defensive end, junior. Brandon Benavides, D tackle, senior. Justin Lehrman, defensive tackle, junior.
Eduardo Cantu, defensive end, junior. Eric McBride, linebacker, senior.
Paul Singh, strong side backer, senior.
Ben Hopper, middle linebacker, junior. Ren Floyd, strong safety, senior. Lane Claiborne, safety, senior.
Ryan Lay, cornerback, senior. Brian Mahoney, corner, junior.
Well, it's shaping up to be an incredible week 4/week 5, depending on what you count as a first week or a 0 week football between Stockdale and Liberty. When we come back, we will get Brian Adams' take on Liberty High School, the home team tonight, their offense and their defense. You are watching the CSUB Athletics pregame show. Back in a moment with the inside info on Liberty High School.
Bakersfield, are you ready for game day? The CSUB Roadrunners are ready to take on all new NCAA Division I opponents. This is runner basketball like never before. Buy season tickets today beginning at just $100 for a full season of D1 hoops against teams like Oregon State, Utah State, San Jose State, Fresno State, UOP, Long Beach State, Pepperdine, and more. Go to GoRunners.com for a full schedule or call 654-BLUE to reserve your seats for this historic Roadrunner basketball season. Get ready for a fun and exciting season of runner hoops.
Finding an attorney can be an intimidating process.
When you hire an attorney, you're looking for three things: trust, respect, results.
At Young & Nichols, we deliver all three. Let our experienced attorneys get the best results for you.
We'll always respect you and give your case the attention it deserves.
And we're professionals you can trust.
We're here, we care, always for the people.
For over 3 decades, Flashco has been the local equipment company in Kern County. From major job sites to weekend projects, Flashco is the contractor's choice for equipment rental or purchase. We're also sign specialists using cutting-edge technology to create high-quality custom signage for anything. We're also the #1 local supplier of traffic control equipment, including signs, barricades, safety equipment, and more. Plus, our skilled mechanics will repair any make or model of heavy equipment. Flashco, we'll take care of it.
Bright House Networks presents
Welcome back to the CSUB Athletics pregame show. Paul Press, sit tight. We'll be back to you in just a few moments. Well, Brian, Paul set the stage for the visiting Stockdale Mustangs. This portion of the CSUB Athletics pregame show is all yours, the home team, Liberty Patriots. We were here week 2, my man, when they hosted Clovis West, and frankly, we thought it was going to be a pretty big ball game, but it ended up being 9-0. Before we get into the specifics, your overall take coming into week 5 now for the Patriots.
Well, the Patriots have a chance, Vance, to get their offense going, and it helps they have some teams that were on the caliber. That also gives you an opportunity to fine-tune some things and make some corrections. One thing about Liberty Patriots we saw in week 2, or actually the week 1, was the defense was there. Offense just wasn't ready to go yet. That happens sometimes. Now they feel that they have some things going on offensively, as Coach Provençal alluded to in his interview.
Brian Adams, a BHS icon, played for the UCLA Bruins as well, had a chance to talk to Coach Provençal. Let's listen in on this conversation. Come back offense specific.
I want to welcome Coach Chad Provençal of Liberty Patriots out to our pregame show. Talk about the growth of your team so far in this short season.
Well, like you said, that first game 9-0. You know, that was at the time Clovis West was ranked #1 in the Valley, 6th in the state, I believe. And Centennial, you know, anytime you get a kid like Fabry back there, it's you know, that game could have went either way, and we had a chance to win it at the end. But those are two teams that I think. You know, once everything shakes out, you're going to see those two teams playing deep into the playoffs. And then we came back against West, you know, and got a win. And then we came against Foothill and got a decisive victory against them. And our offense is clicking a little more. And this will be a better test for us against Stockdale because to see if that offense is really clicking, we have to get against a formidable defense. And I think that's what Stockdale's going to bring.
But it doesn't seem to matter who's playing defense for you. Your defense is still consistent. How have you been able to bring that attitude and keep that defense consistent through the years?
Coming up when I first started coaching under Coach Hartnett, you know, and just got the basics down from him, and you know, so I have a good foundation of sound defensive football play. And then just like you said, from that's kind of my personality, is like to get after it, and those kids know that, and they know that, you know, if we're not out there just giving our bodies up and trying to make plays, that it's not acceptable. And that's kind of just a tradition that's been formed. You know, even if we're down a little bit talent-wise, they know the expectations there, and they're just confident they're going to go out and get it done.
And Coach Press talks about your uncanny ability to call plays to stifle the offense. Is that just something that comes naturally, or how's that work?
Yeah, I guess it would just come naturally more than anything. I think one thing that I do try to do, particularly, you know, with high school football, is the way I look at it, we're going to take one aspect of their game, whether it's run or pass, or maybe even an individual player, and we're going to stop that. We're going to, at all costs, we're going to stop that. And then from there, if they could beat us with their second or third options, then in high school, I feel like you're gonna be more successful than not.
I know a lot of pressure's been on big campus Byron Campbell's shoulders from the Herald, all the news press. How's he handled it so far? And it seems lately he's starting to get in that rhythm that great quarterbacks do. When they get in that rhythm, look out.
Yeah, he's definitely gotten in a better rhythm. We've opened up our offense too a little bit, and I think that's helped us out a lot last week in particular. And then this week, I think again they'll see, you know, a lot more double set trips open, things like that. Just
more of a spread type of, not really a spread offense, but we're just opening it up a lot for us because we just haven't seemed to be able to pound the ball like we have in the past. And I think we kind of got trapped into the thought that, hey, we'll always be able to pound the ball, and then, you know, and we can against certain teams. But you get against a good team like Clovis West and Centennial, and if you can't pound that ball and that's all you had to hang your hat on, you're in trouble. And that's what's happened. So with Byron, you know, we're going to get out there and we're going to toss it around a little. If a team comes up, and it's kind of like last year, Golden Valley. I thought we were a lot better football team than last year, but we were a pound the ball first team, and when they stopped out, we didn't know where to go. Okay, so I'm getting a little more involved in the offense, trying to bring that mentality there. We're just gonna go for it. You know, a lot of times you say, well, I got to rep this play X amount of times for it to be successful in practice. More than anything, I'm just telling our offensive coordinator now, I don't care if we repped it at all. If it's going to work, it's going to work. Right. You know, this is high school football. This isn't the pros, so let's just get it to our playmakers, and we're going to put Laterno and Neal in the slot a little bit and see what happens.
I don't think that a lot of teams here in town are attacking offensively. I think a lot, you know, one thing about it is be offensive. That means jump out and attack. What kind of plan do you have? We talked a little bit about opening up, but is there any plan you had to use script plays to really get the guys on the attack mode early, or do you just kind of just come into the game?
Yeah, I think we haven't really scripted, but it's just opening it up. I think that's, you know, that last week that helped us out a ton. And also our special teams played really well last week. We had a couple of returns for touchdowns. So like I said, we'll see. I mean, you know, no disrespect to Foothill, but I think Stockdale's defense is a little more formidable than theirs, and so we're going to get a better test this week.
Let's talk a little bit about what you can expect from Longsinger in that spread offense. What is the key to stopping that offense?
One thing is we're going to try to pressure them, but we're not going to just blitz at all costs, because one of the things when they're in that shotgun and they run a lot of just basically stop curl type of routes at 10 yards, and you're not going to get to that quarterback when it's like that. So really what we have to do is focus on our coverage and getting some under and, you know, some combo coverages over and under type of coverages and pick our spots when we get blitz. But it's one of those things to where back when we played, which seems like a long time ago now, offense like that would really catch you off guard. And it seems like today, you know, we face 3 or 4 spread teams, so it's one of those things we're more familiar with it, the kids are more familiar with it, so it's not as big of a deal.
Thank you, Coach Provençal. Look forward to your game this evening, and it's an honor to have you.
Thank you. It's an honor.
Great stuff, Brian. Let's talk about this offense very quickly.
Well, Vance, offensively, this team has to attack. I think they were a little reserved in that first game we saw. Use your weapons, get the ball, your playmakers, let them make plays.
Let's meet them right now. Liberty offense.
Rowe, offensive tackle, senior. Dylan Penley, weak guard, senior. Corey Vargas, center, senior.
Patrick Guerrero, guard, senior.
Daniel Swainston, strong tackle, junior.
Chad Pollard, receiver, senior. Kalen Coleman, receiver, junior.
Trent Eskew, tight end, junior.
Byron Campbell, quarterback, senior. Travis Holder, fullback, senior.
Anthony Vasquez, running back, senior.
Brian, we know about the offense, big campus. We know about all these guys. Vasquez, the defense, always strong.
Well, the defense is patterned to the coach, and they're aggressive. And when you have an Akers off the edge, you can be that way. So let's take a look at the defense, man.
Love it.
Akers, defensive end, senior.
Kevin Odoff, nose guard, senior.
Zach Burke, D-tackle, senior.
Trent Eskew, defensive end, junior.
Brady Burke, linebacker, sophomore.
Angelo Ornelas, linebacker, junior.
Travis Holder, linebacker, senior.
Billy Centillon, linebacker, senior. Chris Neal, cornerback, junior.
Ryan Haney, strong safety, senior.
Andrew Laterno, free safety, senior.
Alex Harrington, cornerback, senior.
Hope you've enjoyed the CSUB Athletics pregame show. Let's flip-flop it like we do. You studied Stockdale all week, but now you're Coach Provençal, Paul.
Well, what I'm going to do is tell my team, let's strike quick, let's go out and score on our first possession, get this homecoming crowd behind us, and take it to them.
You do see both sides. Well, Brian, you spent all week with Liberty, you played with Coach Provençal, but now you're Coach Boyd at Stockdale.
Keep it close, steal it at the end.
Brian Adams, Paul Press, Vance Paul, and we hope you enjoyed our CSUB Athletics pregame show. We got a great ball game tonight. Stockdale visiting Liberty Patriots exclusively on Bright House Networks Bakersfield. Back in a moment with the kickoff.
For over 3 decades, Flashco has been the local equipment company in Kern County. From major job sites to weekend projects, Flashco is the contractor's choice for equipment rental or purchase. We're also sign specialists using cutting-edge technology to create high-quality custom signage for anything. We're also the #1 local supplier of traffic control equipment, including signs, barricades, safety equipment, and more. Plus, our skilled mechanics will repair any make or model of heavy equipment. Flashco, we'll take care of it.
Imagine a moment where you didn't have to think about gas prices. We did at Barber Honda. And now, for a limited time only, get incredible clearance offers on all new remaining 2007 Honda models, including the new Honda Accord. And all your other favorite Honda models, in stock and ready to drive home. You've been thinking about it, now's the time to do it. The 2007 clearance event at Barber Honda, 4500 Weibel Road, at the entrance to the Bakersfield Auto Mall.
Right House Networks presents the Bright House Network's High School Football Game of the Week. Sponsored by Barber Honda, Bakersfield College, CSUB Athletics, Flashco, in the law offices of Young and Nichols.
Once again, welcome back, everybody. Bright House Network's High School Football Game of the Week. The Liberty Patriots will start this football game off from the line of scrimmage. Stockdale Mustangs and, Paul Press. We talked in our pregame show about these two quarterbacks, big campus, and of course from Stockdale, you covered this team as far as practice. It's so important, Paul, for a team like Stockdale who knows they're going up against a team like Liberty who is starting to click, starting to work, starting to run it. This young quarterback for Stockdale's really got to get in clicking early in the process tonight.
Yeah, and we're probably going to see Coach Longsinger, what we just saw, some little routes, hitch routes, quick slants, things like that, let him get his rhythm. But here they're already in a 3rd and long position.
Exactly, Paul. 3rd and 6. First series of the football game tonight, week 5, and we're loving it. A great night out in the west side. Liberty Patriots hosting the Stockdale Mustangs, two of the newer schools. If you're an old geezer like me, you're looking at two schools that have only been around for a few years. It's not like it's like next week we're going to be covering North versus South, an ancient rivalry. Liberty High School has already forced Stockdale into a punt situation. And just like last week, Paul, a major, major wind coming in from the coast. I mean, it's blowing hard. So Stockdale going against the wind on their first series. They'll punt, and look at that. That ball took off like a 5-iron, ended up like a 9-iron. And it's taken out there by Liberty Patriots, and they'll be collected at the 35-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Liberty Patriots. I'm Vance Palm. I have Paul Press with me up here. Down on the field is Brian Adams. Brian Adams, no one's been closer to big campus Byron Campbell the last week than yourself. What do you say about number 9, Byron?
Well, Vance, one thing about Byron, he's the real deal. We saw that big, strong arm. I think the thing about him is the senior year, he wanted to push, but he's had some patience lately when I talk to the coaching staff, and he's starting to get into a rhythm. And with quarterbacks, it's a lot about rhythm. He can get on a roll and light the scoreboard up.
He's in the shotgun already. He has everybody on the left side of the line of scrimmage. Let's see what Byron does. 1st and 10 Patriots. Stockdale already used up their first series. Fake the pass. It's going to be a play action right up the middle. And, well, no surprise here. This is, of course, Anthony Vasquez, a name we've been calling out, which seems like a decade already. And we see on our first Flashco replay, Vasquez doing what he does best, Paul.
Yeah, they fake that, trips up top, and then he just pumps the ball and then gives it to Vasquez right there on that draw play. Well designed, great play right there. And I like it because it spread the Stockdale Mustangs defense out and then ran it back up inside them.
The second play from the line of scrimmage is already another 1st down. So 1st and 10 from their own 49-yard line. Campbell in the shotgun. Campbell wants to throw, rolls to his left, comes back to his right, has a cannon, pushes this guy up. He decides to run. Big campus Campbell still on his feet, gets up to the 24-yard line. Brian Adams, this is something we talked about early in the season. Everybody talks about the strong arm of Big Campus, but he's learned throughout the last 2 summers how to get those feet working.
Well, Vance, he's done a lot of work on his speed and agility, and you can see it there. He's very mobile now. He's able to move, make guys miss. Does a great job. You saw where guys are man, they're turning and falling to receivers. He had a lot of room to run, did a great job, picked up the first down, and even wanted to lower the shoulder and put a boom. But I know Paul doesn't like to see his quarterbacks do that.
Paul Press?
No, I don't. Even as big as they are, big campus, I still like him this early in the game. Get out of bounds and save that big arm.
From the shotgun again, Vasquez carries again, this time wrapped up well and thrown for about a 1-yard loss. If you're just getting to your television, you are watching the high school football game of the week brought to you exclusively by Bright House Networks Bakersfield. We are so pleased to have you with us. It's a who's who tonight. I see Cal State University Bakersfield basketball icon Stan Davis, who for many years coached the basketball program here. He's strolling along right in front of us over here. So a lot of people at this game tonight. Stockdale at Liberty. Big campus, Byron Campbell, number 9. Backed up in the shotgun. He's standing at the 30-yard line. The ball is at the 25-yard line. Big campus. Fakes it to Vasquez. Goes to his left. Throws to his left. Oh, boy. Andrew Letourneau. Letourneau pushed out of bounds at about the 8 or 9-yard line. Brian Adams, you and I had a bit of an impromptu, unscheduled chat with Coach Harvard Pollard, who for many, many years was up at Bakersfield College, and we talked a little bit about Chad Pollard. What do you have to say, Brian?
Well, he just had to say, the guys are finally feeling the rhythm. We got a chance to talk to him, longtime coach at BC. These guys are trying to find their identity offensively, and he feels they're starting this now, getting some things going.
Exactly right. Nice little chat with Coach Pollard. Good to see him. Campbell right behind center now. 1st and 10. Paul Press, they're on fire on the 9-yard line. Campbell rifles one out. It was intended out there for Ryan Patterson. Patterson not only had defensive traffic, he had offensive traffic.
Yeah, that's the one time the corner for the Stockdale Mustangs did the right thing, came up and pressured that, and the flag's probably going to be there, right there as we see it on that Flash Go instant replay. The receiver out there was engaged. There it is, illegal block out there. He was engaged blocking when the ball was in the air. You can't do that. You got to wait for the ball to be catched and then go out. Tried that little bubble screen out there. What I like right now, and I was kind of critical the first time we watched the Liberty Patriots about their play calling and their formations so early in the game. What I've seen right now is the coaches have done some great adjustments, because I've seen 4 different formations right now and completely different plays. I like the play calling right now by the Liberty Patriots. They're looking to see how the defense is going to adjust to the Stockdale Mustangs. Not only that, they're being very, very, very effective right now.
Coaching staff for the Patriots, head coach Chad Provençal. We'll talk a little bit about his resume in a few moments. Kirk Boyer, Bill Richardson, Jeff Sorrell, Dale Tedrow, Matt Wilson, Christopher Newton, Bobby Rocha, and Robert Candelaria, all part of the Liberty High School coaching staff. 2nd and 25. The handoff to Letourneau, trying to battle ahead and get some yardage up there.
Now, even though that was a straight handoff up the middle, they have yet to do that play yet. They've always gone shotgun and crossed it up and little bubble passes here and got Campbell out. That's the first straight run they've really had. And I'm assuming that there was taking a look at the safety for the Mustangs, see how he adjusted on that, see if he's going to bite. We might see some type of play action here and see if they can get that safety to jump up.
Chad Pollard and Jack Erner off to the right side. Campbell has Letourneau and Vasquez behind him. 3rd and 20. Early test for the Stockdale defense. Big campus. Throws it up and over, and the wind might have got a hold of that one. It just took off and sailed above everybody's head. And that will bring on the field goal unit for the Patriots. So the Stockdale defense, for all intents and purposes, that's a bit of an early victory, Paul.
Well, yeah, it is. If the Patriots can get 3 out of this and connect on this field goal. Now, the wind is at the kicker's back. So he's going to give it a good shot, and we'll get to see the Patriot tunnel there and everything. As we watch the ball go through, our fans at home can tell it is homecoming.
The snap, the hold, the kick, it's up, and a long, successful boot in real yardage. That's about a 50-yarder, so let's keep that in mind with that wind blowing from the north. 3-0 Liberty. Once again, welcome to the high school football game of the week. Here's the replay. Watch this, everybody. What a great angle. Paul, that ball is kicked pure and clean. Look how high that is above the goalposts. Man, oh man. That is a 50-yarder easily with the win. 3-0 Liberty over Stockdale. Paul, in your homework session this week out at Stockdale, not only were you working for Bright House Networks, but you also had a great opportunity to talk to an old friend of Coach Boyd.
We talked about that in the interview, how long we've known each other. I said too long we either one of us want to admit, and now we've got stuff hanging on the goalpost out there.
This is great.
Wonder what the official's going to do. But yeah, we've known each other since 3rd grade, very long time, and I have a lot of respect and a lot of love for my friend Coach Boyd.
The kick is up, and believe it or not, even with the win, it does not go out of the field of play, so it's going to be taken by the Mustangs, and hit hard and wrapped up early is Ryan Lay, so that'll be, well, he still was on his feet, but progress stopped. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Brian Adams, if you're the Stockdale Mustangs, you've had some exciting games. I remember they went overtime the first week with East High School. They took a thumping from Bakersfield High School, but we know Coach Boyd, ever the optimist, ever the motivator. Your thoughts on Stockdale?
Well, Vance, one thing about Coach Boyd, he never quits on the kids. He always keeps a positive attitude. But the thing that they want to do right now is get some first downs. Even if they don't score any points, at least eat some of the clock up, keep your defense off the field.
Thank you, Brian. First play is going to be a keeper by Casey Hopkins. Hopkins thrown for about a 2 or 3 yard loss. His father is a baseball guru. Hobson, the left-hander. And we saw him last year, Paul. He kind of got thrown into the fire, or a test by fire, whatever that verbiage is, and he handled himself well. This is the season we're all expecting big things.
Yeah, we expect him to have a little bit better season.
And he's only a junior this year.
Yeah, he's only a junior. He was a sophomore last year. The one thing I did notice when I was out of practice, every ball is coming 100 miles an hour. So he really needs to work on his touch. Every ball is a fastball, and this kid, he's a great pitcher. He just needs to learn some touch on the football.
Claiborne taking it this time. Lane Claiborne gets about 5 or 6 yards, a nice run, but it will still leave them with a 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. This is the second series for the Mustangs. If you're just joining us, they were 3 and out, had to punt it. Liberty marched down the field. We thought they were heading to the end zone. They had to settle for a field goal, and that's where we stand, 3-0 Liberty. 3rd and 6, 3rd and 6 for this Mustang offense.
Yeah, and Hobson was out on that play. He went over and was talking to Coach Longsinger. They went a direct snap and ran it, so let's see what they have up their sleeve on this one.
Hobson back in the backfield. Takes the snap, rolls to his left. He's left-handed, has a man open. Oh, goodness, right on the money. Right on the money and dropped by Emmanuel Asai. Oh, sorry about that, everybody. Tyler Cottrell, that ball landed right in Cottrell's hands, and he happened to let it slip out. Watch this pass, everybody. Boom, right on the money. And Tyler Cottrell, 6'5", 232-pound senior, great basketball player, but he's got to make those catches.
Yeah, in that situation, he's got to make that. Even though the ball was coming out kind of a knuckleball, he's got to catch it.
4th and 6, Stockdale will punt against the wind. At least it's an end over end, and doesn't really take a fortuitous bounce for Stockdale. You'd think at end over end it would go north to south, or south to north, but it doesn't. Ends up Liberty ball. First down on the 43-yard line. We've had a great first 4 or 5 weeks, and you know, Kern County, you're probably tired of me saying 4 or 5 or week 0, week 1, but it started with week 0, BHS at West. Week 1, we were right back here, Clovis West at Liberty. Week 2, we had Garces out at Arvin. Week 3, we had a barn burner, Centennial at East. We backed it up last week with BHS at Centennial, and here we are officially for Bright House Networks Week 5. Big Campus Campbell out to the left side. Perfect strike, and it's caught out there and maneuvered up the field by Chris Neal. And Paul, you talked about the 2-headed monster. I think it's like a 4-headed monster for Liberty.
Well, it really is, because they have a good group of athletes, and Chris Neal probably being the overall best athlete. And I'm not saying the best football player, I'm saying the best athlete. He really has speed, talent, eye-hand coordination, foot speed and agility and all that. So really it is more than the 2-headed monster. But when I talk about 2-headed monster, as a defensive coordinator, you got to pick your poison. We're going to try to stop Campbell, or we're going to try to stop Vasquez.
Campbell in the shotgun has Vasquez behind him. All his receivers out to the right side. So Campbell probably Oh, man, almost had the snap go over his head. Hands to Vasquez. Vasquez bowls his way up on a nice 8-yard run. That'll be 2nd and 2. Young Patrick Guerrero, number 52 out there. He's a 5'9", 205-pound senior. Patrick Guerrero, number 52. One of these offensive linemen that have had to answer the call. Brian Adams, this offensive line. The first game we had Clovis West here. Some of the talk was, wow, this is not the offensive line of last year, but hey, 4 or 5 weeks into it, Brian, they're handling their business now.
Well, Vance, you got 2 things going for you. Stockdale's not the defense that Clovis West is either. But they're, like Paul said, they're doing some different formations, changing things up, and they're mixing things up well. I like to see him take a chance with Pollard down the middle so you can get a chance to throw something deep to him.
Pass out to Kalen Coleman. Coleman takes it, grabs it. Not much progress, but one thing I like to see, Brian, is big campus Byron Campbell. He's looking left, he's looking right, he's handing off. He looks very, very flexible, very, very, he's a lot to his game right now.
Well, I do like the fact he's getting the ball out of his hand quick, but I like to talk to Paul. Paul expand on this. They're throwing the same kind of short patterns, the same play. Throw something different, a hitch, a slant. You can still throw the short passes and keep that rhythm.
Well, it's 3rd and 2, Brian. This could be exactly what the doctor ordered right there. Chris Neal on his left, Vasquez on his right. Split out right is Chad Pollard, and way out left is Ryan Patterson. Let's see what happens. Campbell looks, thinks about it, has the arm, sends his man long, thrown for a loss. Fumble. I think he was down. On the play was Dan Wickensheimer, but he was already down, so thrown for a loss. A big, big hole by the Stockdale defense, Paul.
Have Paul talk about that short pass.
As it comes right there, as you can see, Campbell's doing a good job of keeping his feet moving and getting his head around. I really would have liked a 3rd and 2 right there. I really would have liked a shot toward the goal. Go deep right there. Even if you don't, you stretch that defense, and then you come back, it's 4th and 2. And you're in a 4th down territory because it's too far to really kick a field goal, too short to punt. He had an opportunity right there to take a strike for the goal line and stretch out the defense.
Look at this, Kern County. Look at this. 4th and 7 from the 40. They're going for it. Big campus goes for the hard count, doesn't get it. Twice, doesn't get it. Will they call a timeout or will they run the play? Nope, out of time. Great job by Stockdale defense right there. Great job by the Stockdale defense. Paul, let's talk a little bit about this short passing patterns that we have. I know Brian was in my ear talking about it, and he talked to you over the air. Big campus Campbell, does he try to stretch it out and throw one long?
Well, you want the first 2, 3, maybe 4 to go, maybe bubble, but you then want to start working it on down, 6, 7 yards, hit some hitches, hit some slants, get him across, make sure they're covering the middle. And then in that 3rd and 2 situation, I would have took a shot for the goal myself. I would have went deep to the touchdown. Even if he doesn't get it, 3-step, get it out there, let the receiver run underneath the ball. And if they don't get it, you come back, you're 4th and 2, and you're in 4th down territory there. As we saw, it was too long for a field goal, too short for a punt. Instead of trying to get him to jump off sides, you go ahead and run Vasquez. Vasquez is good for 3 yards all the time right now. So then you get the 1st down. Kind of think they missed the opportunity there to go ahead and stretch the defense and see if they could get the long ball.
Our first time out of the ball game. For those of you just getting to your television, we welcome you to Bright House Network's high school football game of the week, and we are the only opportunity for you to watch an entire football game right here in your living room or your kitchen or your back patio, wherever you are. We thank CSUB Athletics for our pregame show, the law offices of Young Nichols with us all season long, Bakersfield College halftime show, of course, Flashco for our instant replay, and the Barbara Honda player of the game. We've had some great players all season long. It's homecoming at Liberty, and we'll see some floats a little bit later. The punt with the wind is up high, and this could be a doozy. It is. It's going to go out of bounds probably at about the 8 or 9 yard line. Let's see what this official says. Still going. Whoa! He struts up to about the 17 yard line. So 1st and 10 for Stockdale on the 17 yard line. 3:03 left in this first quarter. It's been swimming along quite nicely here. Nice cool autumn breeze, and here comes Stockdale, their 3rd series of the football game. 1st and 10. Quarterback for the Mustangs. I'll remind everybody.
Casey Hobson.
Casey Hobson. He's only a junior. Remember last year he came into the Kern County spotlight as a sophomore, and his father obviously a baseball icon, and that's a bit of a bad start for their third series. Steven Silva losing his footing, and that brings up a 2nd and 13. And Paul, maybe it's because I just played in a big Grimway golf tournament all day and had a battle with the wind all day, so I just have the wind in my mind. But does it really affect these football players?
No, not at this point, not yet. As we see Hobson, that's kind of been the knock on Hobson, is the ball sometimes comes out of his hand as though he's throwing as a fastball as a pitcher. And as we watched last year, as I was watching some film on him last year and then watching him in practice this year, a lot of times the ball just doesn't come out clean. He's a great baseball pitcher, and he's got a strong arm, but the wind's going to affect him a little bit. Maybe on the deep ball, if the wind is at your back, it's really worse. If you're a quarterback, you really don't mind throwing into the wind, but throwing with the wind on the long ball, it'll affect it.
He's got Emmanuel Osai way out left, and he's 6'6", 210, so he has some height out there. Looks like Liberty's coming with it, and they do. Hand off, and that's going to go nowhere. That's going to probably be a loss for 2 or 3 yards. Liberty Patriots defense, as always, coming in hard. Travis Holder with the hold, and 3 unsuccessful attempts here already for the Stockdale offense.
Yeah, they're 3 and out, 3 and out, and 3 and out, and I'm sure the coaches over at Stockdale realize that. But right there, Travis Holder just coming up. You're not going to get by this Liberty defense playing that game, trying to run off tackle. Not with these guys. They probably have the best linebacker core from side to side, sideline to sideline that I've seen in years.
Bad snap, look out, he's in trouble, and he's gonna be, oh, will it be a safety or will it be a touchdown? Touchdown, Liberty. A bad snap, mishandled, tried to get out of trouble. Liberty says, forget about the safety, Paul Press.
Oh, there it is. He hits him so hard that he coughs up the ball, and then Letourneau right there as we see him coming off the edge hard. And he does a good job of scooping, and that's the thing, get your body in front of it. But at this point, you just got to try to hold on to it and run as far as you can. And he gets right there and he gets hit. And as he's falling, the ball comes, and there is Curtis Huge, knocks him hard. Oh my goodness, and then Letourneau falls on it. Wow.
Brian Adams, you were roughly 40 feet from all the action. Your take?
Well, Vance, that's just a great call. We see the flag on the PAT. That's just a great call. You have them deep in your own territory. You know they haven't been punting the ball well. You just blitz them, all out, go for the block. Had he caught the ball, it's going to be blocked. There's like 3 guys there waiting to block it. But you young punters at home, grab the ball, dive into the end zone, and take the 2 points and safety.
Right.
Don't try to make anything happen.
The difference of 4 points right there, Paul. You dive on it, you jump on it, you take 2, and you try to start over. Now all of a sudden, oh boy, it's going to be 9 or maybe 10-0. We'll see what happens. It's going to be against Liberty on this. They re-kick it. It's not a situation where Stockdale can decline it because the kick was good, so they'll have to re-kick it again. On the hold is Chris Neal, and for the kick is Colton Schmidt. This one's a bullseye. Oh boy.
Wow.
Man, are you kidding me? This is like a 2-iron from Lee Trevino, just smacked. Look at this.
It's the goal.
Wow. It's in, and then what kind of bounce did this thing take?
Wow. It bounced, it hit that, went inside. All it has to do is there's an imaginary line that goes straight up from the front of that goalpost. And when it hit it, it kind of ricocheted and rolled in.
All right.
And bobs down.
In the immortal words of Bakersfield College head coach Jeff Chudy, this ball doesn't bounce right. Watch this, everybody.
Right there.
Pow! Hits it.
Yep.
Boom.
Oh, it hit the coach's pole. That's what we call the end zone cam pole. What a great shot, right, House? Right there as we see them. They're going, hey,
man, are you kidding me? I got to fix this thing?
Yeah, that's about a $4,000 piece of equipment right there. So
it hits C3PO and comes back into play. 10-0 Patriots.
Wow. Wow is right.
Liberty Patriots crowd on their feet. 10-0 Liberty with 1:46 left in the first quarter. High school football game of the week on Bright House Networks Bakersfield. The kick is up. The wind will take this one into the end zone. It'll be 1st and 10 for Stockdale on their own 20. And here's the touchdown, Paul, where the snap is a low burner and it bounces right off the face mask of the Stockdale punter, and right about here, he's in trouble. And
yeah, he doesn't get a chance to really dive back. Brian Adams told him, hey, if you're that close, and Brian's right, just dive back in there. But man, he's trying to scoop that ball, and they had the rush coming.
Letourneau,
that's a great call, like Brian said.
Sorry,
Go
Paul.
for it.
Letourneau gets the touchdown. It won't be Hobson. Oh boy, a dangerous option out there. Pitched out to Ryan Lay.
Wow.
Brian Adams, right now, we're looking at an offense for Stockdale. Frankly, I don't think they're in positive yardage.
Well, Vance, you're absolutely right. On first down, they are averaging negative yardage. And against Chad Perkinson's Liberty defense, that almost puts your offense in impossible.
So Stockdale really struggling. They've had the ball. Now it's their 4th time, and I don't think that they've been past their own 30-yard line. So everything has been on the south end of this football field. Handoff. Again, up the middle, gets back to the original line of scrimmage. And if you're the Stockdale Mustangs right now with under a minute in this first quarter, you're probably glad it's really only 10-0 right now, because Liberty had a chance to score a touchdown their first series, had to settle for a field goal.
Yeah, they're lucky it's not 14-0.
Right.
What they're not lucky for is right now is their offensive formation is so predictable. They come out in doubles and they stand there. No motion, no trips, nothing. Man, Provençal's defense is just going to come after them all night and kill them if they don't make any adjustments.
Probably the last play of the first quarter. Nice play for the Stockdale Mustangs right there. I think that's going to be a first down taken by Lane Claiborne. Claiborne on the carry, on the keeper, and they get the first down. So first down, Stockdale Mustangs. A little bit of sunlight on their 4th series. Nice run by Claiborne. They'll probably get one last play here in the first quarter, Paul.
Yeah, and what happened there right there is the Patriots had an outside blitz coming, and Hobson read it just right, faked the handoff, and then went ahead and took it up the middle. And that's where they were able to get 11 yards when they needed 10.
They do not. Into the first quarter, it's over 10-0 Liberty over Stockdale. You're watching High School Football Game of the Week. Back in a moment with the second quarter.
For over 3 decades, Flashco has been the local equipment company in Kern County. From major job sites to weekend projects, Flashco is the contractor's choice for equipment rental or purchase. We're also sign specialists using cutting-edge technology to create high-quality custom signage for anything. We're also the #1 local supplier of traffic control equipment, including signs, barricades, safety equipment, and more. Plus, our skilled mechanics will repair any make or model of heavy equipment. Flashco, we'll take care of it.
Imagine a moment where you didn't have to think about gas prices. We did at Barber Honda. And now, for a limited time only, get incredible clearance offers on all new remaining 2007 Honda models, including the new Honda Accord. And all your other favorite Honda models, in stock and ready to drive home. You've been thinking about it, now's the time to do it. The 2007 clearance event at Barber Honda, 4500 Wyville Road, at the entrance to the Bakersfield Auto Mall.
Welcome back to Liberty High School, where they host the Stockdale Mustangs. I'm Vance Palm. I'm joined by Paul Press up here and Brian Adams down on the field. The beginning of the second quarter, 2nd and 12 for the Stockdale Mustangs. Paul Press, what are you pointing at?
Casey Hobson split out here, and they've got a new quarterback underneath, which gives it away as a run play. There he is, number 4, as quick as can be, Lane Claiborne. They line him up, direct snap, fakes the dive there, and there he goes. They use Hobson out there as a receiver. Hobson, he's very athletic, but it's the same play as Brian Adams is saying in our other ear. That's the same play they ran before, and with 2nd and 10, he gets about 3 or 4, but they're not fooling anybody. When you put a receiver back there who's got 2 gloves on, unless he's David Carr, he's not going to throw the ball.
You read my mind. 3rd and 7. It'll be Hobson again back in the shotgun. Hobson, the southpaw slinger, across the middle, has a man open. Look at this. Will he get the first down? It's going to be very, very close. And I'm not quite sure if Cottrell was close enough. They gave it to him. Nice, nice. No measurement. First down, Stockdale. Tyler Cottrell, the hoopster, pulls another one in and makes it happen. Here's a nice look on our Flashco replay. Cottrell catches it, and this big, tall, strong basketball player makes sure he gets the first down. Nice play, Tyler. Nice play.
I like that play.
Just underway in the second quarter. High school football game of the week. Next week, everybody, are you kidding me? South High at North High. South High at North High, one of the oldest rivalries on the planet. Claiborne tries to get upfield, cannot do it, and he's chased down out there and caught by, hey, everybody, are you kidding me? It's taken a whole quarter for us to talk about the incomparable Matt Akers.
Matt Akers. I'm telling you right now, Matt Akers wants to make some big plays against Stockdale. There's a little bit of bad blood between Akers and some of the Stockdale players, and he really wants to make some big plays tonight. And I tell you, they've been putting two guys on him most of the night.
Akers, a front runner for one of our Barbara Honda Player of the Game awards earlier in the season. Hobson, a rifle right off his hands. Letourneau with the pick. Letourneau has all the room he needs. Letourneau, only one guy left, and that's Hobson. Oh! Andrew Letourneau lays out Hobson. Touchdown. Andrew Letourneau, 2 touchdowns in the span of 4 minutes. Oh, boy, he only had one guy left, and that was Hobson. Letourneau took a beat on him and said, it's going to be you and me. It's going to be you and I. Since we have all these high school students, I better use proper grammar. Watch this, Kern County. Letourneau gets the present right in his hands.
Letourneau wants a plaque tonight, doesn't he?
Brian, what do you think about this?
Well, Vance, Paul talked about the ball coming out from Hobson with that wobbly spin. He talked about how the receivers have a hard time handling it. They couldn't handle the ball. Pops up, Letourneau right there on the spot, takes advantage, and he's putting an early bid in for Barbara Honda.
Man, Brian, as you were talking, you don't have the benefit of a monitor, but you're, as always, right on target. That was Bo Jackson hitting Bosworth right there. Remember that?
Yeah,
Woo!
That was. He put his head down about the 7-yard line and thought, I don't care how big you are, Casey Hobson. I've got speed, and when you get that much speed going, I've watched some little arena guys, 160-pound corners, light people up because of speed, and Letourneau is fast, and he put his shoulder down. And then what I liked is watching that replay, he not only took the hit, he had the presence of mind to go ahead and get the ball out over, because Hobson didn't do bad, because Hobson really was stationary. He wasn't moving.
Man, that's a big play.
And that's not what you want to do as a quarterback, get hit like that.
Well, one of the homecoming floats that they were running towards is a pirate ship, and it says, ahoy, seniors. I think Letourneau was saying, adios, muchachos, on that one.
Yeah.
17-0 Liberty over Stockdale. The Patriots starting to get into the groove in week 5.
And right now, their offenses only had to score 3 points. Special teams and defense has scored 14.
The Squibbler, taken by Stockdale, a lot of room. Oh, are you kidding me? Ho-ho! David Mitchell scoops up the kickoff, goes right through the middle, and just like that, Kern County, it might not have been a knockout punch, but it was a good jab.
Got him up off the mat.
Oh,
they
man.
answered the bell right there.
Are you?
Well, that's what the Mustangs needed right there.
Oh, I tell you what, that crowd's up on their feet. Look at this on our Flashco instant replay. Right about now, he's thinking, you know what? Nobody's touching me. Nobody's hitting me. Nobody's grabbing me. Nobody's hanging on me. I think I'm going in. David Mitchell, the 6'1", 200-pound senior, the perfect 10.
Yeah, good for him. Good for him. He'll always remember that play.
So will I.
It's great.
Oh, Brian Adams, you were down there chit-chatting with some of the heavies down there. That happened right in front of you. What a nice play.
Oh, yeah, it was a great play. Mahangi was just talking about he dropped the dime on that leg lift and took off running. We talk about that every Sunday, right, Paul?
Oh, yeah, he does. Right there was all about foot speed right there. He saw it coming, made the play, and you know what I like? At first he protected that ball, but he kept his feet moving, and he made a quick move. He had enough sense to step, slide, get over, and then seen the hole and took off and showed everybody he's got a little speed.
9:09 left in this first half. Here's the kickoff, and here he is, everybody, David Mitchell. Boom! From there on, he's got it there. I mean, the only player left really is Colton Schmidt, the kicker, and he can't hang with him. Jack Erner's trying to catch up with him, and that is a really nice play. Brian Adams was talking to Eric Mahanke, and those two guys were kind of looking at each other. Next thing you know, they looked at it and said, hey, look at this. Touchdown, Stockdale. So, with 9 minutes left in the first half, sometimes announcers can maybe start to think that they see the texture of a football game playing out in front of them. Looks like Liberty might start to run things up. And whoa, put your seatbelts on. 17-6, the missed PAT. That never really helps after a big play like that to miss the PAT, but they did score, and they'll kick with the wind. It'll be up. It's going to be taken by Chris Neal at the 1 yard line. Big hits going on out there. Chris Neal gathered up at the 25 yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Patriots. Big campus Byron Campbell will make his way out onto the field and take over heading into the wind. It's been a nice football game so far, moved along at a brisk pace in this first quarter. I think we had one penalty, and all it really was a delay of game on the Patriots when they went for the hard count. Other than that, this homecoming game at Liberty has moved along quite nicely. At halftime, the Bakersfield College halftime show, I will have two guests. One will be assistant coach for the Renegades, Carl Dean. The other will be young Brennan Newberry, a Liberty High School student, a senior who might possibly be the Nextel Cup NASCAR driver in the future. Ooh, big, strong run up there by Anthony Vasquez. Brian Adams, I always try to throw things down to you at appropriate times, and having seen Big Campus Campbell just give it to Vasquez again, we've called his name a lot, Anthony Vasquez. Give us your thoughts on this great running back.
Well, Vance, I think one thing you got to do is you can't forget about them. You know, you got to remember you have them and keep feeding them, and that's going to help that defense out, because they're spreading out with your receivers. That means the middle's wide open for Vasquez to carve them up.
Thank you, Brian. Campbell in the shotgun. I doubt he'll pass it. Vasquez looking for the left side, gets it. Nice play by Stockdale. I think Vasquez might have had got the first down there. Still a nice play by Stockdale. All right, Paul Press / Coach Boyd. Got a little bit of a ignition there with a run back on a kickoff. 8 minutes left. You don't want to let Liberty get another score here.
No, you don't want to let them get another score, and you definitely don't want to give them back the momentum by giving up a big play and let them pop one and all their fans get into it. So he's playing. Some of his play calling is going to be a little conservative right there, but Coach Boyd knows how to call defense. I had an opportunity to coach with him one year, and I like the way he calls it. And not only did I grow up with him, but I had a chance to work with him one year, and he's a very good defense coordinator.
Campbell, shotgun, 1st and 10. Vasquez on the handoff. He's wrapped up here, thrown down, about a 2 or 3 yard gain. The head coach, Coach Provençal, has his offensive coordinator, Kirk Boyer, calling the offenses here for Liberty High School, synonymous, Provençal and Boyer. And when you have someone of the talent level and the stature, literally and figuratively, of Big Campus Byron Campbell, and as Brian noted, you've got all these weapons, must be fun to be the offensive coordinator for Liberty.
Yeah, it can be fun, but it can also be frustrating because you're thinking, how do I get these kids interested? Because you want to give them all touches and make sure they get a chance to showcase their talent. Then again, you start working overtime instead of just letting the game flow.
Great point, Coach Press. Great point. Big Campus bobbles the fumble. Oh! Bobbles the snap, fumbled a little bit. Got it in Vasquez's hands, but it's from a 2nd and 7 to a 3rd and 8. Here's the Flashco replay here, and I just think that Big Campus was moving without the ball there. Vasquez, fortunately, grabs that thing. Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah, I think the play calling is starting to go back the old ways, and now here they go. They come out and they spread them out again with a single back. I'd like to see a little. There's the motion. Good job, Coach.
Trent Eskew in motion. He stops. Fake handoff to Vasquez. Big Campus rolls to his left. Has the strong arm.
Up, Byron.
Oh, boy, had a man wide open. Ryan Patterson all alone, and we have a penalty on the play. The flag thrown. And because Big Campus, Byron Campbell was rolling to his left, will it be a holding?
I think it was.
Nope. Illegal man downfield.
Yeah.
And that's an interesting call there. Brian, we've talked about it quite a bit. You and I and Paul, we enjoy seeing Big Campus running and throwing.
Yeah.
Well, Vance, I mean, the thing about it is, you can see right now there's no rhythm. And on a night like this, when the wind is blowing like this, it's not an easy passing night. Sometimes the ball's going to caught in the wind, it's going to float on you. It's like playing golf. You got to be able to control the ball. But right now, there's just no rhythm to the offense.
You're right, Brian. Punt into the wind, and that's going to certainly help Stockdale. That ball just stopped. It just hit a wall and dropped and basically just died at about the 32, 33-yard line. So 6:20 left in this first half. You're watching High School Football Game of the Week on Bright House Network's Bakersfield. Paul, why don't you give us the name of this fine Kern County Officials Association staff tonight?
Well, on the white hat, referee Dennis Matthews. Umpire, my buddy Dan Harris. I'll talk about Dan later. Head lineman Paul Kaminsky. Line judge Sean Young. And back judge Joe Salvador. This is a crew we had a couple weeks ago over at the East High Centennial game, a veteran crew.
1st and 10, Stockdale. Claiborne caught for maybe a yard, got maybe a yard. Brian Adams, you want to talk to Paul about something. You guys take over.
Well, Paul, I want to talk to you a little bit. I know you've been very familiar with quarterbacks. You coached a great quarterback in Stockdale a few years back. Talk to us a little about what people are seeing with Big Campus. What type of style is he really suited for? Is he suited for this play action, trying to roll out and scramble, or is he a traditional drop back, Tom Brady type quarterback?
No, he's definitely a Tom Brady type quarterback. The thing is at the high school level, he's young enough, and because the speed on the defense isn't as fast as it is in college, as you would know, he's capable of rolling out now and doing it. But really, he's more of a drop back type pro quarterback, Brady style, and that's the type of college team he'll have to go to.
Flag on the play. Hobson really doesn't have it clicking. He misses Cottrell across the middle, and his passes look as if they're always aiming down. It's almost as if they're going, it's the
coming off the pitcher's mound. He always throws down. He's 6'3", and he's used to throwing that baseball and coming down. And the ball just doesn't release very clean. And Brian Adams will talk about it later. We were talking about it at dinner before we came tonight about being a receiver and trying to catch a ball that doesn't come out clean. You know, you're supposed to catch it, but then again, it gets to be a problem. What do we got? We got tonight's game?
Pregame dinner. Again, no invitation from you and Brian on the pregame dinner, but that's
all right. You just said you were out at a golf tournament. This is the busiest man in the world, folks. Right here, this guy to my right is the busiest man in Kern County.
I can see Brian Adams right now shaking his hand saying, VP, how dare you? Third and 9. 5 1/4 left in the first half. In the shotgun, Stockdale. Hobson drops back, has time, good protection. He lets it fly. Ooh, boy, with a wind behind him, that's a 50-yard dart. That was a 50-yard dart, but does not connect with Emmanuel Osai, and that will bring up 4th and 9. Second quarter prognostications on games around the city. Brian Adams, we had a chance to watch Andre Smith a couple weeks ago. We all just kind of chuckled at his domination. East High School 4-0 at Foothill 3-2. Brian.
Foothill's 5-0. Andre goes for 250.
You mean East? East 5-0.
East will be 5-0. I'm sorry. East 5-0. Andre goes for 250. 4 TDs.
Man, B. Adams calling out the TD quantities. Thought he called for the fair catch. I guess not. And I think the Stockdale crowd was saying, "Wait a minute." Pollard called for the fair catch. Stockdale coach is looking over the officials saying, "Wait a minute, man."
The flag's finally down.
Okay.
There it is. They got it. But that was a late flag. You and I were both going, hold on. Did they miss it? But no, they called it. And I'm sure Coach Boyd politely let them know that they better get that flag out of their hands. But
well, with this wind, the return man, they want to call fair catch, but then the ball gets there so much quicker than they thought, and they're like, well, wait a minute, I think I might try to run this thing. So that'll be marched back, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Liberty Patriots. Paul Press. Oh, I'll give this one to you, Pablo. Golden Valley, 2-2, up at Highland against their former coach, Hartnett. You know all the surroundings. You know the whole recipe in this soup. Golden Valley 2-2 at Highland 2-3. It's an important game.
I say the game's going to count 16-13 Highland. Highland wins 2 in a row and is going to be 2-0 in the SEYL.
Ernst quarterbacking for the Scots. Ernst. So Paul Press goes Highland. 1st and 10, 5 minutes left in this first half. It's been a brisk, cool pace. Campbell on the play action. Campbell, he's going to keep it, everybody. Look at Big Campus. Takes a hit, still on his feet. Big Campus Campbell. 7 yards, hops up, tosses the ball. All right, let's take a look at this game here. Well, I'm going to throw this down to Brian Adams. The BHS Drillers smarting from a big loss last week against the Golden Hawks at Centennial. At Garces 3-2.
Well, fans, I'm going to take the Drillers on the rebound, but how they rebound is important. That's going to show what kind of character that team has. But I do think they'll rebound against Garces.
Very good. 2nd and 3 for the Patriots. I formation. Campbell has his receivers out to the left side. Hands off to Letourneau. Letourneau, ooh, boy, gets the first down. He breaks that tackle. It's touchdown time. So first down for the Patriots. Let's talk a little bit about last week. Brian and Paul, you guys can weigh in whenever you want to. Centennial hosting the Drillers. 2 weeks ago, they lost in a controversial ending against East High School. We all kind of wondered what they'd be all about. The next week, a very, very entertaining and exciting game. I had so many people talk to me this past week, about the BHS Centennial game. Paul Press, after this play, let's talk about both programs, Centennial and BHS. 1st and 10 Patriots. Campbell hands to Letourneau. Letourneau looked like he was going to get held up, and he is. Paul Press, your thoughts on the Golden Hawks and the Drillers after last week?
Well, first of all, I think Coach Nixon for the Golden Hawks probably called the best offensive game I've seen in a long time in a high school coach.
I agree.
He absolutely called a great game, and I told him that afterwards along with the happy birthday. And they showcased their talent. They really did a great job of spreading that 3-5 defense, a goal defense out, and taking advantage of their athletes. BHS, well, they're going to rebound, and I wouldn't want to be my friend Coach David Finucci tonight.
1st and 10. Big Campus Campbell out to Pollard. Wow, hit hard and early and thrown back for maybe a loss, or maybe it was the progress that kept him at the line of scrimmage. Brian Adams, your Drillers. I still think they're incredibly dangerous, incredibly powerful. Tough loss last week. Let's get your take on both teams, Centennial and BHS.
Well, man, I think that game was just a great game, great high school football game. But you have to give Coach Nixon credit for what his offense did. They got the matchups they want. They found the spots where they had an advantage, and they took advantage of it. Defensively, give Coach Ryan Wren's credit. He had a great game plan. They hit the young sophomore in the mouth early, and they took the life out of the Drillers offensively and were able to hold on.
Great call, Brian. 3rd and 7. Big play for Stockdale defense here. Campbell will go to his left. Campbell looks. Was he past the line of scrimmage? Ooh, oh, what a pass. What a pass. The flag comes out. Let's see, Paul Press. I didn't know if Big Campus Byron Campbell had passed the line of scrimmage. It was very close. Let's see. What do you think, Pablo?
They got him.
They got him. Doggone it. Well, I say doggone it only because it was such a great play, you got to call it back. But right about there, his throwing foot was maybe a yard and a half in front of the line of scrimmage, and they got him. Great pass, great catch, great footwork, and above all, great camera work by Carlos Sanguiano. Muy bien, paisa.
Wow.
But move it back. Brian, you like that route?
Well, Vance, what I like is they attack downfield.
Right.
One thing, again, that I like to see is maybe not him rolling out so far, maybe a half roll. I know they have some issues with the line protection. Just a little half roll and let him sit up, because his arm is so strong, you don't have to get him all the way out.
Exactly.
He can make the throw and go more vertical, not so much flat.
3rd and 12, 2.5 left here in this first half. It's been a really quick moving first half, everybody. I'm sure you dig it. Big Campus drops straight back. Here's maybe what Brian's talking about. Now he has the entire football field to run. Big Campus, Byron Campbell, cutting up against the grain. Hey, look at this. Known for his cannon. The fleet-footed Big Campus Byron Campbell on a 40-yard jaunt up the football field, Pablo.
Yeah, right here, we saw from up here, he had a whole opening in that DN on that side. going to tell you, Coach Boyd is not happy with that.
Nope.
You've got to contain the backside. That's the only thing that could kill you. And they let that big quarterback, man, and he's big, but he can run. He's doing all right. But I'd really like to see the Patriots hit something in the middle right here. Use that tight end over the middle.
Under 2 minutes left in the first half. Letourneau with the handoff, cuts upfield, and Letourneau. Stockdale really hitting hard. I'm really impressed with the hard hitting that Coach Boyd has his Mustangs laying on. Penalty flag. We haven't seen a lot of flags until the last 2 or 3 minutes here in this first half. We're starting to see the laundry fly. 1st and 10 was the original play. We'll see what comes into play here. Paul, you got something to say?
Yeah, I was going to say, Coach Boyer's looking at the clock, and that's the offensive coordinator. He's talking to Campbell. They're gonna take a shot. It's second with the penalty there. It moves it up. Oh, now we got a timeout.
Oh,
so they're discussing some more stuff.
All right, we got a timeout on the play. That'll give me a chance to tell you that the Bakersfield College halftime show, we will have assistant coach for the Renegades, Carl Dean, with us, the #1 ranked junior college football team in the United States of America, right here in Bakersfield. Our Renegades and assistant coach Carl Dean will be with me for their BC halftime show. Also, a young man by the name of Brennan Newberry. Brennan Newberry is a senior at Liberty High School. We thought we'd try something a little different tonight, maybe keep this theme throughout the rest of the season. Try to get a student from each high school and kind of talk about high school life. This young man happens to be an upcoming race car driver in the SRL series. He hopes to be racing in the Nextel Cup eventually. He's only 18 years old. He runs for the 09 Flashco car, ironically, and he runs in the SRL series. So we'll talk to young Brennan Newberry about life as a senior at Liberty High School. So we look forward to Bakersfield College hosting the halftime show. Our thanks to CSUB Athletics for the pregame show. Get ready, everybody. CSUB Division I full schedule. Fresno State coming to town November 19th. Hey, Paul Press, let me ask you, are you going to be hanging with me on November 17th, the Golden Empire Bowl at 3 o'clock, and then CSUB Fresno State that night at Rabobank? Woo!
Wow, yeah, I'm going to be hanging right beside you the whole time. I cannot wait. That's exciting. Thank you, man. BC football. Last weekend, I had a chance to go down on the field. I enjoyed it so much, seeing all the players and
Carl
coaches.
Dean, halftime show. Campbell fakes the pass, hands off to Anthony Vasquez. Again, Stockdale Mustangs really doing a nice job in the interior defense, Paul.
Right here as we see Campbell come up, no huddle. This is where Byron Campbell really impresses me. The young man knows football, and he knows how to lead. And these are the things that you just can't coach. They just have to know it.
Oh, a nice hit out there. Letourneau hit hard. Maybe a yard, maybe not, but the clock keeps ticking, and they're standing right next to Brian Adams. Coach Brian Adams, a buck left in this first half. What do you say?
That kind of defense on that, and you got the ball on the 17, 18-yard line, that's the prime time when you can run a two receiver. Your outside receiver runs a hitch, your inside receiver runs a corner. If the corner stays off, you hit the hitch. If not, you got a corner route for the end zone.
There it is. Campbell throws it up, and it's touchdown! Brian Adams calls it. Big Campus throws it. And Chad Pollard pulls it down.
They got to be more aggressive in the red zone.
Touchdown, Liberty. Whoa! Man, oh man, oh man. As Brian Adams was talking, the ball was in the air on the exact route he was talking about, Paul Press.
Yeah, that's what we just call. We just call it fist in the hand, smash, smash, and they just run a hitch, and if that corner jumps that hitch, you just throw it to that corner out in the back, and sure enough, there it is. That was a beautifully thrown ball. If we get a chance, Flashco brings it back to us. Man, thank you, Flashco, for these replays, because this is great football right here. Watch Campbell get set. He sets, boom. Look at the arch on the ball right here. Beautifully thrown ball. Look at that. Nice touch on it. And as you see, the nose of the ball comes down right there, and that's what you want. It drops right in there. Great job of getting up and catching with your hands.
Well, a great touchdown, and our thanks to Bright House Network's Bakersfield cameraman Dante on top of our van. Hey, Dante, thanks for that great shot right there, my man. That's good stuff. Oh, there he is right there. The autographs will start to come now.
Look at Dante
Hey, wait
Jackson.
Where's his fishing shorts? All of a sudden, it's a little nippier. Great series for the Patriots with under a minute to go. They put the ball in the end zone to finish off the momentum for the first half. Good stuff. 24-6, Patriots over Stockdale. It's been a great first half. We hope everyone's enjoyed it. And this kick will go into the wind, but it's a strong enough boot to at least put it at the goal line. Take it at the 2-yard line, flag on the play. Paul, what do you think?
We had a block in the back right in there in the middle, and we'll probably be able to see it on the replay if we get a chance to see it. But yeah, I could see it from way up here. There it is, block in the back. And
well, we'll see on our Flashco replay. Where do you see it, Paul? What part of the screen?
Right in the middle of the screen, coming down. You'll see it. He blocks. He turns around right there.
Oh boy!
Right there, as we can get it. It'll be on 45, number 45 for the Mustangs. Patriot kind of turns his back, and it was behind the ball, which I don't understand. Why block if the ball's already by you? But
well, first and 10, 40 seconds left here. The last thing the Mustangs want to do is have any type of serious mistake here and cause any type of catastrophe before the end of the first half. First and 10. It's going to be Claiborne on a keeper. Claiborne will cut to the right. He's hit hard and wrapped up, of course, by Akers. And for all intents and purposes, I think that's going to wrap it up here for the first half. My halftime guests will be assistant coach Carl Dean from Bakersfield College and young Brennan Newberry, a race car driver that's a senior at Liberty High School, and he'll hopefully be racing out here at the new track. Maybe they'll get one more playoff. Claiborne in the shotgun. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, and he'll go up the gut. Ooh, loses his footing. That's the end of the first half. 24-6, Liberty all over Stockdale. The clock has stopped.
It rolled out.
Will Brian Adams have Coach Provençal? No, Provençal has ran off the field. Back in a moment with the Bakersfield College halftime show. I'll be back with assistant coach for the Renegades, Carl Dean. Liberty up 24-6.
When you get injured, you may be facing an insurance company that has a lot of money to fight your case.
You need a lawyer on your side who's willing to fight the insurance companies and take your case to trial.
If you've suffered serious injuries in an accident, don't let them make you a victim twice.
At Young & Nichols, we've got the experience to take your case all the way.
I'm Steve Nichols.
I'm Thomas Brill.
And you have our word. We're always for the people.
We're here, we care, always for the people.
Imagine a moment where you didn't have to think about gas prices. We did at Barber Honda. And now, for a limited time only, get incredible clearance offers on all new remaining 2007 Honda models, including the new Honda Accord and all your other favorite Honda models in stock and ready to drive home. You've been thinking about it. Now's the time to do it. The 2007 clearance event at Barber Honda, 4500 Wyville Road at the entrance to the Bakersfield Auto Mall.
The Bakersfield College Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Halftime here at Liberty High School. They are hosting the Stockdale Mustangs, 24-6. Liberty taking care of business in the first half. Hey, it's homecoming here, so there's some drama. The lights are out. We have our spotlight on. Offensive coordinator Carl Dean for the Bakersfield College Renegades. Coach, first of all, thanks for being with us. You're a West High graduate of '92, so all of this homecoming vibration seems familiar to you.
Yeah, it's my pleasure being here. You know, I was walking around right before I got over here and just going, wow, can't believe how far removed from high school I am.
Coach, nice to have you with us. It's a pleasure for me to be interviewing a coach that's involved with the #1 ranked junior college team in the United States of America. Let's go back a few weeks when you were playing the #1 team, El Camino. I was there watching that game. Let's relive the beauty of that great football game.
Well, it's certainly a privilege to be, you know, in the position we're in. You know, the kids have worked hard, and you know, we talked today about to our kids about, you know, the effort and time that they've put in this past summer and through fall camp, and certainly was an exciting victory. You know, we told the kids, if, you know, we just played hard and gave the great effort, you know, in the fourth quarter we hoped to have a chance. And we had the ball last, and our kids just did a great job of just sticking with it, staying after it. You know, we were down a little bit in that game, and and the kids just really believed, and they bought into everything that we talked about. And I think it had a lot to do with the effort that they put in. Coach Chudy talks a lot about our kids working together in the off season and spending time in community efforts and things like that. And those kids, I'll tell you what, they learned how to play together when it mattered.
Coach Dean, let's talk about your gig, offensive coordinator for this powerful offense for Bakersfield College. Let's get specific, talk a little bit about your personnel you have on offense.
Well, we're certainly very privileged to have the kids that we have. I love going to work every day. I can't wait to present the game plan every week when we come together as coaches and players. And I'm very blessed to have, kids at each position that just love to play the game. And they love to believe in what we provide, what we put forth. And they look at us and they say, Coach, you put it together, we're going to believe in it. And they've done that. And we've got a lot of talent at the wide receiver position. We've got talent, at the quarterback position. I was just looking at our personnel at the offensive line today, and it's just amazing to me to think about how we've got each kid at the offensive line. We've got a kid from Golden Valley. We've got a kid from West High. We've got a kid from Tehachapi. We've got a kid right here from Liberty starting for us, a kid from Ridgeview, and it's just exciting to know that up front where the game is really won, we've got a lot of local talent there, and that excites me. And I'm very fortunate to come and work every day and work with the kids that we work with. So, we are power. We're exciting. We can score at any moment, but more than anything, the kids just know how to play together, and that's exciting.
You're watching the Bakersfield College halftime show. It's homecoming at Liberty High School. About 25, 30 feet away from us, it's the senior class celebrating this. Let's talk a little about high school football in Kern County. You just touched on all the different players that are representing different high schools playing for you. Coach, when you have kids that come from out of state or out of county to come play here at Bakersfield College, are they getting the sense of the rich history of the players that are coming up from Kern County High Schools? Do the out-of-town kids know what they're in with?
Well, it's funny you say that because Jacob Bauer in our school newspaper, I just read a quote by him the other day, our quarterback said he loves to come to high school games in Bakersfield just because the talent here compared to where he's from in Idaho is 10 times better, he says, than what he's used to. And I think they are. I think, the kids that we bring in, they come from, different areas of the country. Some kids we bring in from Florida, some kids from North Carolina, some kids from the East Coast, New Jersey. And we've been real fortunate to bring kids in that are familiar with, what it means to play football at a high level. I think they come out and they watch us, and certainly it's fun to watch them in the locker room. They go back and forth about who's better in what part of the country. But we are certainly fortunate to have the competitive level of football that we have here in Bakersfield. And it's a joy to bring the kids up locally that come up and play and be a part of that tradition.
Tomorrow night, big night for the Renegades. You're going up against an LA Harbor team now that they're bringing a lot to the table. Let's talk about tomorrow night's game right up at Memorial Stadium hosting LA Harbor.
Well, LA Harbor is, they're a team playing with a lot of confidence right now. They've won 2 in a row. They're 3-1, 2-0 in conference. And really, that's all we stress this week. We don't care that we're number 1. We don't care that we're 4-0. We care about that we're 2-0 in conference and that LA Harbor's 2-0 in conference. As far as we're concerned, we have the same record. They're 2-0 in conference. Their goal is to win conference. Their goal is to play in a bowl game at the end of the year, and that's our goal. Right now, the ranking means nothing to us. If we lose focus, we're the ones that are going to be knocked off. And we've stressed all week, what do we got to do to beat LA Harbor? We don't care about anybody else. We want to take 1 week at a time. And LA Harbor is a scary football team. Offensively, they can score in bunches. They got some personnel at the wide receiver position that gives us problems. Defensively, they bring a lot of pressure. And they're a pretty good football team defensively.
Offensive coordinator for the Bakersfield College Renegades, Coach Carl Dean. Coach, one last question for you. The caliber of high school head coaches here in Kern County, maybe I'm biased, but I watch a lot of high school football on television. I think we just have the cream of the crop in California here in Kern County. Give us your input on the high school head coaches we have here.
Well, I think we're very fortunate to have a lot of the coaches that we have in the area. What I like about it is that it's a lot of local. There are a lot of local products. Brian Nixon at Centennial, Chad Provençal here at Liberty. You look all over the place, and it's local products coming back and coaching in Bakersfield. And I just think it's what you said. It's a rich history, a rich tradition of local products going out and doing their thing and then coming back and bringing what they've learned in college football and bringing it back to here in Bakersfield, and it ends up we just continue the tradition. And so I'm excited about the fact that it's all local products that come back and coach here in Bakersfield, and that's what it's about.
Last 3 or 4 games, it's been over 5,000 people at Memorial Stadium. Let's get the people out here tomorrow night.
Absolutely. We'd love to see as many people. We want to keep building on that, the excitement. People are getting excited about what they're seeing, the product on the field. We just want to come out, bring a friend, bring as many people as you can.
Coach, thank you. Good luck tomorrow night.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Halftime, Liberty up big right now on Stockdale. Back in a moment.
For over 3 decades, Flashco has been the local equipment company in Kern County. From major job sites to weekend projects, Flashco is the contractor's choice for equipment rental or purchase. We're also sign specialists using cutting-edge technology to create high-quality custom signage for anything. We're also the #1 local supplier of traffic control equipment, including signs, barricades, safety equipment, and more. Plus, our skilled mechanics will repair any make or model of heavy equipment. Flashco, we'll take care of it.
Bakersfield, are you ready for game day? The CSUB Roadrunners are ready to take on all new NCAA Division I opponents. This is runner basketball like never before. Buy season tickets today beginning at just $100 for a full season of D1 hoops against teams like Oregon State, Utah State, San Jose State, Fresno State, UOP, Long Beach State, Pepperdine, and more. Go to GoRunners.com for a full schedule or call 654-BLUE to reserve your seats for this historic Roadrunner basketball season. Get ready for a fun and exciting season of runner hoops.
Welcome back, everybody. 24-6, Liberty hosting Stockdale on their homecoming. And the senior class goes away with the homecoming award. And Paul Press and I were just amazed at the high quality of floats and presentations. And hopefully our Brian Adams, who probably one of the fastest all-time receivers and DBs in the history of Kern County, can hopefully catch up with a senior class advisor on this, and maybe we'll get a chance to interview her and get her on camera and find out just exactly how much time and effort and energy went into the winning float, Paul Press.
It was amazing, absolutely amazing. I was down there while you were doing the interview, and I'd never seen anything like this. This was like stage production, people. It was a Broadway musicals. It was amazing. There were 60, 70 kids on each float, and they weren't floats that went around. These are stationary stages around the football field. Beautiful.
Well, the kickoff with the wind goes deep into the end zone, and it'll be 1st and 10. And it'll be an interesting second half. With Liberty pretty much, I don't want to say dominating the game, Paul. Not dominating, but they've been pretty powerful. And Stockdale had the one run back on a kickoff to give it at least 6 points. But other than that, it has been pretty much all Liberty right now. And oh boy, Campbell will be right behind center. He has Letourneau and Vasquez behind him. 1st and 10. Handoff goes to Letourneau. Letourneau looks to the outside. Letourneau has a little room. He's still on his feet. And ooh, boy, almost had some big daylight. He's knocked out of bounds. And our thanks to assistant coach Carl Dean from the Bakersfield College Renegades, who is just not only a superbly polished coach, a great interview, a very sharp guy, Paul. And these Renegades, they are what they are, #1 in the country.
They are #1, and I had a chance to say hi to Coach Dean and told him I was excited I was going to get up there tomorrow night and watch him again. He's a very, very good coach, young coach, very knowledgeable, and understands the game of football and calls a very good game and knows how to use his weapons.
2nd and 5. Campbell from the shotgun. He'll throw. Quick pass out to the right side, and this is going to be caught out there by number 5 for the Patriots, Kalen Coleman. Kalen Coleman does not, I don't know if he maybe got a foot. So that'll be 3rd and 4. Just underway in the second half. High school football game of the week brought to you by the law offices of Young and Nichols. Of course, our CSUB pregame show, Bakersfield College halftime show, Flashco for our instant replay, and the Barber Honda Player of the Game Award will go out later, sponsored, of course, by Barber Honda. In just a few moments, we believe Brian Adams has caught up with the
class advisor for the senior team that got the float. Campbell over to Letourneau, throws behind him. Letourneau makes the spin, makes the catch, and it'll be first down Patriots. A nice 12 to 13 yard pass out there. Nice play by Big Campus Campbell. First down, Liberty Patriots. Here's a nice replay from Flashco Paul.
Yeah, we get a little opposite play side action there. He has to reverse all the way out, get his shoulder squared off, and get the ball out to Letourneau. And I don't know, if I was ever going to play football again, I think I'd wear number 4 because number 4 for both teams is very fast, both of them.
Exactly. Handoff. Ooh, he's met hard and heavy. That's Chris Neal out there. Paul Press says he's probably, if not the most talented and athletic, one of the top 2 athletic talented players on the field. But one thing about Stockdale, they haven't given up a lot right on the line of scrimmage from the run perspective, but they've given up some yards passing. But from the run perspective, they've been there, Paul.
Yeah, they have always played the run real tough. Any Coach Boyd teams that he's coached, even when he was an assistant coach over at BHS, always plays tough D. You know, kind of play with his attitude, even though he's real calm in demeanor. He's a tough man.
2nd and 8, Campbell has runners on both sides of him. He's in the shotgun. He's going to throw. He fakes the pump to the side, has a man wide open. Oh, my goodness gracious.
Oh.
That, my friends in Kern County, was a sure touchdown. Dropped by Pollard.
Well, I think Pollard may still be thinking he was just crowned king just a few minutes ago. He's a senior class, and he won the whole thing. He was a homecoming king. And I think maybe there was something in that big truck that got on his hands because that ball went right through there.
The homecoming king looked like the court jester for just a moment there. That was, everybody, a touchdown if he catches it. No one near him, and even if anybody was near him, they could never catch him.
No.
He was long gone. 3rd and 8. Campbell standing on his 35-yard line in the shotgun. Here comes Stockdale. They go for the hard count, don't get it. Campbell drops straight back, throws it across the middle. Nice pass completed, but short of the first down. Oh, sorry, incomplete. Never caught. I thought that was caught out there by Trent Eskew, but it was dropped. So a nice defensive hold here for the Stockdale Mustangs.
Yeah, and it almost could have been a big touchdown there, and football gods looked down at him and let him drop that ball. But, you know, he'll make up for it. Pollard will make up for it.
Liberty will have to punt. James, fake punt. They don't get it. Stockdale reads it. No dice. So against the wind, they decide not to punt. First down, Stockdale. Let's go down to Brian Adams with some very special homecoming guests. Brian.
Well, Vance, you saw that outstanding halftime homecoming. I'm here with the 2 senior advisors, John and Candace. We're going to talk to John first. Tell us a little bit about your float.
Well, this year the seniors had the Pirates of the Caribbean. What it was sequels was the theme. And what we did is we built our float to match the Pirates of the Caribbean the best we could. And as you can see, Miss Armstrong has a shirt on. We also make shirts that match your theme. And what you do is just get as many seniors as you can out here. You get them pumped up and just let them rock and roll.
Okay, we'll be back to Candace right after the next play.
Double pass, flag on the play, should be a touchdown, but there is a flag on the play. Look at this, everybody. Ho, 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 Emmanuel Osai. Who will the call be on? Hobson looking over, wants to know who the call is on, and it looks like it's going to be against Stockdale. And it is. Illegal procedure against Stockdale. Oh, boy, here's the Flashco replay. Illegal procedure, I don't think we're going to see it. What a nice play, Paul Press.
It was an excellent call. I could see as soon as he stepped backwards when the ball was going in there it is.
Let's go down to Brian Adams. Brian.
John just gave us the segue into your part, Candace. Obviously, you were prepared to be part of the float, so tell us your role tonight.
Well, I managed the spotlights at the beginning. It was a very important task. It added to the drama of the plank walking. Just, being out there, showing school spirit with the kids, getting them rallied around it. It's really our job as advisors, just getting them excited for the week, and I think Mr. Gotch and I did a really good job with that.
Mr. Gotch, what do you teach?
I teach math here at Liberty.
I teach economics and world history.
Economics and world history. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Brian. Thanks to John and Candace for all the hard work. Pirates of the Caribbean. I was once considered somewhat of a pirate of the Caribbean, so appreciate that. What a lot of hard work there. I remember my senior year at Arvin High School, I think our float making process was pretty much a lot of hanging out and having all the girls do it, and all of us guys took the credit at the football game.
Yeah, whatever happened to those days where what's that old colored butcher paper over the old flatbed truck and dressed up a little bit and put on your Sunday best?
Right.
Not anymore. Boy, this was a production, folks. This was a production tonight.
Our deal was just telling mom and dad, we'll be back at midnight. Hobson rolls to his left, has the arm, throws it up there. It is incomplete. Again, that ball just noses down and incomplete out there to Osai Emmanuel. Emmanuel Osai, and doggone it, if you're Stockdale, as we see, Akers comes in with a big, it's always Iskew coming in a big hit there. And, if you're Stockdale, you have this touchdown that gets called back. You thought you might try to land an early punch in the second half, and just like that, it's 3rd and 13, Paul.
Yeah, it could, they could be down by as close to 10, be getting near them, but now it's 3rd and, like you said, 13. Even though the wind's at their back, they don't like to be in this position against Liberty.
Hobson goes to his left, has some time, fires this one. What a beautiful pass, and oh my gosh, it's dropped. That was absolutely on the money that time to Lane Claiborne. Hey everybody, that right there was a nice pass by Hobson.
Yeah, Hobson sets his feet. This time he doesn't have somebody nailing him as he's throwing, so he gets to get his momentum going from his back foot to his front foot and could really release the ball. And this right here, strike. Right where it's supposed to be. And Claiborne just can't quite hold on to it. That would have been a first down. He ran a great route, ran it just as far as he needed to be.
The wind behind Stockdale. The punt is up, and if it takes a decent bounce, Stockdale might be able to grab it, and they do. Nice play out there. Flag late at the end of it, but Ren Floyd makes a nice play. Doesn't take the risk of that ball bouncing, and it's going to be first down sooner or later.
I have to see the call here because I'm not sure of the call on this. I don't understand.
I don't either. It came at a very awkward time of the play progression.
Well, the guy, the returner back there didn't signal fair catch. His hand never came above his helmet. What he did is he put his hand behind his helmet and waved it there to let the other guy know that, hey, it's over my head, we're going to let it go and declare. So now they're discussing maybe it was too close, and they're going to wave that flag off.
Okay, very good, very good. Well, it'll be 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. In just a few moments, we're going to have young Brennan Newberry as one of our one of our third quarter guests. Do come to the door and up here.
Wow. Well, we finally got the white hat. That's Dennis Matthews, our white hat tonight, gives us the signals that it was a block in the back. I guess
they did call it.
Yeah. I guess it came right before Stockdale downed the ball. So it was in the play. So they backed it up, went half the distance, which puts the ball about on the 3-yard line coming out. So they're backed up pretty good.
First, something's happening with the scoreboard here. Okay, there we go. 1st and 10, 8:44 left in this third quarter. Fumble! Oh my goodness, Big Campus Campbell fumbles it. It looks as if the Patriots recover. They do, so now that's 2nd and 10. So the last possible thing they want was a mishandle of the snap on the 3-yard line as we see the ball just sitting there, which seems like an eternity if you're Liberty. Oh boy, so 2nd and 10.
They're going to mess around and let Stockdale right back in here.
Man, oh man, and you think about this, they had a touchdown that got called back on a penalty.
That's right.
Coach Boyd obviously knows what's going on here. He's trying to say, hey, we got to strike when we can't do it. Everybody split out to the left side. He's got Vasquez behind him. Big Campus behind center on the 2-yard line. Campbell.
Wow.
Goes to his left. He's been successful running the ball tonight. This time, thrown out there to Pollard. Nice play, first down Patriots.
I don't understand, and I'm sure Coach Boyd's going to watch film. He's just going to shake his head and go, why are my D-ends letting Campbell roll out and get clean rollouts like that? It looks like his D-ends keep pinching down, meaning going towards the center instead of coming upfield and then coming down. And this has to be 6 times tonight that they've let Big Campbell, big Campus Campbell roll out there, and he's not a rolling out quarterback, but tonight he sure looks like one. Man, he's doing well getting out there because Mustangs keep pinching.
They're giving it to him. 1st and 10, I formation for the Patriots. Campbell hands the ball to Vasquez, the workhorse, up the middle. Gets a nice 6 or 7 yards up there. Great play calling by Coach Boyer right now, keeping the Mustangs on their heels. You're watching High School Football Game of the Week. It's brought to you by, of course, CSUB Athletics, the law offices of Young and Nichols, Bakersfield College Halftime Show, our Flashco Instant Replay, and Barbara Honda will be presenting the Barbara Honda Player of the Game at the conclusion of this football game. And every single game we've had this year already, some very deserved players that have been named Barbara Honda Player of the Game. In a few moments, we'll have Brennan Newberry, a senior at Liberty High School, and maybe one day you'll see him at the Nextel Cup level.
Yeah, well, we're watching Stockdale High. Oh, there it is, a big run by Vasquez right there. He's about one step away from going to the house.
If Eric McBride doesn't make that last-second hit right there, Vasquez would have been gone on our Flashco replay we see right here, Paul.
Yeah, right here. And look at that cut, and he keeps his feet turning and turning and turning, and right there he just barely gets knocked off his balance. Talking about Nextel Cup, Mustangs, I think we have a driver in the Nextel Cup that came out of the Stockdale Mustangs, Casey Mears. And then we have one from North High, Kevin Harvick, and pretty soon, hopefully, we have one from Liberty High.
Never know. Brennan Newberry, and could this be the segue we've looked for? It is a timeout. And at this time, Kern County, let me introduce to you a young driver from Liberty High School. He will be racing. Well, he's been racing all year long in the SRL series. His name is Brennan Newberry. Brennan, good to see you, bud.
Hey, it's a pleasure being here. It's pretty awesome to come and watch these guys play every week. And the Liberties have been on they've had two bad games in the beginning, but they're really coming forward as the year progresses. So.
Well, Brennan, you're driving in the SRL series. The Southwest Tour for so many years out here in the West was one of the mainstay tours. It was kind of canceled by NASCAR, but the SRL has picked up. Tell us about the SRL Tour that you drive in.
Well, the SRL, as you know, is 2 steps under the Busch Series, and as you said, they have taken over where the Tour was. But I mean, this series is a really competitive series. We have heavy hitters like Jim Pettit, we have Dave Bird, we have Jeff and Steve Paletto, and these guys are out here. They're just trying to have a good time as far as racing. They aren't trying to go out there and take anybody out. Everyone's there just to have fun and help people like me, as far as rookies, newcomers, and they help me, and they help all the other rookies that come into the series.
You're a senior at Liberty High School. Tell us about life as a senior at Liberty High School.
Well, I mean, being a senior is awesome, and being for Liberty, and also being able to drive as I am able to. It's actually really cool. That the senior life is actually it's not as easy as people think it is. I mean, as far as classes, classes are hard, and homework just is always there. So as far as my schedule, I'm packed all the time.
You're driving the 09 Flashco car. Flashco is one of our sponsors here for Bright House Network's football game of the week. You drive the 09 Flashco car. Tell us some of the tracks you go to and the states that you visit.
Well, so far we've visited all throughout West California. As far as Madera, we've been over to the Oregon border on Shasta, and we've been to Altamont, which is in Tracy, California, and then we've recently traveled to Colorado, in Erie, Colorado, and that was a really fun track. It was really cool to go and see all the different lifestyles, but everyone still enjoys the racing over there as far as that state.
SRL Series is going to be racing at least 8, maybe 9 times next year at the new track at Kern County. Tell us your thoughts about the new track that's going to be just about 10 miles out here on I-5.
Yeah, the new track is actually only about 12 miles from my house, so it's going to be it's really close to home, and we're going to have a shop out there as far as the team, and it's just like a home game. Every time we go there, it'll be fun to have all my family members and friends that don't get to go to the races much to come and watch me and all of our other local people race.
Brennan Newberry, the driver of the 09 Flashco SRL car. Brennan, thanks for being up here. We appreciate a senior from Liberty on homecoming night taking his time to be out here. Good luck to you the rest of this season, and we look forward to watching you on Bright House Networks next year out at the new track. Brennan Newberry, thank you, buddy.
Hey, it's a pleasure being here, and thank you for having me.
Brennan Newberry, thank you, bud. Well, Paul Press, you see these young drivers coming up. They're younger than ever, but they're as talented as ever, and you're a racing guy. And can you imagine being a senior in high school and driving one of those fast rockets?
No, I can't imagine. I'd only dreamed of it. You know, I finally had a chance to go out and drive a car around Mesa Marin years ago, and it was such a thrill. Can't imagine being 16 years old and racing at that level that he gets to race at and being as good as he is. You know, it's quite a skill, you know. I thought I was going fast, and then I watched the film of me driving around Mason Marin, and I think my grandmother might have beat me. And when I'm in that car, I thought I was zooming, you know. I thought I was hitting my marks. They teach you how to hit your marks and everything. And, you know, my father raced years ago. I grew up around the dirt tracks here in California. He raced with the Mears, the old Mears gang. We were part of that. So I grew up around racing and really enjoy it and appreciate all the talent that takes to get that car to go at its maximum speed.
Well, the Patriots not successful on this series, and they have to punt it up, and it'll be 1st and 10 Stockdale. So our thanks to the driver of the 09 Flashco Chevrolet, Brennan Newberry, a senior at Liberty High School. He'll be racing all next season again, maybe full-time on the Grand National West Series, and it's a pleasure, and we thank Flashco for allowing us to interview his driver. Appreciate that, Brennan, buddy.
Wow. Flashco is everywhere. I appreciate Flashco so much. But they do. If you go to the BC game, you'll see Flashco out there. They sponsor everything going around town. They're doing a great job, great equipment. We appreciate our sponsors very much. Right now, Stockdale getting ready to take it. Looks like Claiborne is back, taking the direct snap again with both his gloves on, but he's going to throw it this time. He looks out, hits the slot receiver right there. Number 14 for Stockdale. That's Tyler Hernandez. Catches it for a short gain. Brings up 3rd and long. Looks like about 3rd and 6. No, it'll be second down, excuse me. We were talking to the young Nextel driver, or soon-to-be Nextel driver. Man, I can't help but looking back years and years ago, and I was watching a young Kevin Harvick when he was like a junior. And I said, man, that kid's good enough. He's going to go Nextel. You know, and they always said, no. And boy, he did.
Well, here comes Stockdale trying to make a move of their own, trying to get up the fast lane of the Liberty High School football field, close to a first down. I don't think they'll get it. It'll be about 3rd and 1. Kind of a new series we started tonight, try to have a high school student from the home school and just kind of get a feel for what it's like to be in high school. And we start off with a race car driver of all things, and as the weeks progress, we'll try to get a student from each home school, talk to them just a little bit about life in high school and their commitment and their contribution to the community. Thank you, Brennan Newberry. 3rd and 1. Stockdale really needs a first down here. Will they get it? Looks like they might. First down, Mustangs. Where in the world is Brian Adams? We've had him running all over the place. Brian's in the end zone down there. Brian, Liberty really not making much of this 3rd quarter.
Well, Vance, you know, Liberty missed a big opportunity on that pump and go, pitch and go route. But defensively, you know, you haven't seen Stockdale drive on them. Stockdale had a big play taken away because of the procedure penalty. So it's just been like 2 mistakes, blown opportunities, and both defenses just selling in and making plays, forcing punts.
Hobson fires one out there to Emmanuel Osai. So another first down for the Mustangs. Brings that pass on a first down to a 2nd and about 1. Thought he picked up the first down. He did not. Go to the second one. And Paul, as Brian was saying, you know, it's not as if the Patriots are having to be too concerned because Stockdale really can't capitalize on offense. So we see Big Cottrell coming out here to the right side, Tyler Cottrell. I think sooner or later they're going to try to start looking for the big guy.
Yeah, he's way out here at the bottom of the screen there. And that's 6'5", 235 out there as a wide receiver.
Chris Neal's covering him.
Yeah, you know, maybe throw him a fade when you get down into the red zone and let him go up and get it. But right now, I'd like to see him maybe put him out there and then motion him in and try to get a mismatch with one of the linebackers, one of the outside linebackers who are under 6 feet tall. You know, at 5'10", he's at 6'5", get him to run some type of tight end seam route right there and let the big man work. Now they put him back in the original tight end position.
Just above 2 minutes left in this third quarter. One of the quickest games we've called all season. Hobson running to his right. Thrown for a big loss. In Kern County, I wonder if you know the gentleman that threw him down.
Matt Akers. This young man, I've said it in public and I'll say it again. He is probably, if not the best defensive end in Kern County. He's got to be in the top 2. He has really dedicated himself to play good football. He's got foot speed, he's got strength, he's got a heart, and he's got determination. He's one tough kid. I had a chance to see him as they were warming up before they put their pads on, and he's a pretty big kid. I mean, that's hard to block him down there.
2nd and 23. Hobson throws out to his left side. Has Osai again, but this time Osai is just wrapped up and thrown out of bounds. They go nowhere. So, as Brian so aptly noted, the defense of Liberty stepping in to make sure no progress gets made, even if their offense stumbles once in a while.
Well, you got to remember, one of their losses is against, well, both their losses are against some of the best offenses around. Clovis West, at that point, they were one of the best offenses with Sweeney and stuff. Now they've lost a few players because of some problems up north, and they're short a few players now.
Boy.
But, you know, don't forget their other loss comes against Centennial, which I think is probably one of the most high-powered offenses I've seen.
Centennial really starting to make noise in the Valley. Hobson drops back on a 3rd and 21. Lets it fly. He zings it, and it's over his intended receiver, Lane Claiborne, who also doubles as the quarterback. So frustrated, agitated, irritated, a little bit angst-ridden Stockdale offense walks off the field dejected again. 4th and 21.
Wow, they need to come up with something big here, and you know they can only put this pressure on the defense for so long. I mean, defense can only hold this Liberty offense down for a while. Here it is, number 3, Pollard. He's going to make something happen for dropping that ball earlier. He almost gets around this corner. If Pollard makes that corner, he's gone. And there he is. He catches that return right there, and he gets about, I would say, 12, 13 yards on that return. Sets up Liberty in a great position on the, 39-yard line.
Here's our flash go replays. We see him get run out of bounds. And take a good look at this, Kern County. You'll see the coach right there that comes up and gives him a little pat on the shoulder pads. That's on your right side of your screen there. That's the offensive coordinator, Coach Boyer. Comes over and says, attaboy, Chad, let's get our offense going here. 1st and 10 for the Patriots. Under half a minute left here in the third quarter. We have strutted along nicely here in this football game tonight. Beautiful breeze. Our first football game of the autumn portion of 2007. Vasquez, nice seam. He gets through it, and Stockdale stops him, but not until he gets about 8 yards. 20 seconds, 18, 17. That will probably be the last play of the third quarter. We'd like to thank CSUB Athletics, the law offices of Young and Nichols, Bakersfield College for the halftime show, of course, Flashco for our instant replays in these big scissor lifts, and Barber Honda for the Barber Honda player game. That's it for the third quarter. Liberty 24, Stockdale 6. Back in a moment with the fourth quarter on the high school football game of the week, brought to you exclusively by Bright House Networks Bakersfield, Kern County Sports Vision.
For over 3 decades, Flashco has been the local equipment company in Kern County. From major job sites to weekend projects, Flashco is the contractor's choice for equipment rental or purchase. We're also sign specialists using cutting-edge technology to create high-quality custom signage for anything. We're also the #1 local supplier of traffic control equipment, including signs, barricades, safety equipment, and more. Plus, our skilled mechanics will repair any make or model of heavy equipment. Flashco, we'll take care of it.
Finding an attorney can be an intimidating process.
When you hire an attorney, you're looking for 3 things: trust, respect, results.
At Young & Nichols, we deliver all 3. Let our experienced attorneys get the best results for you.
We'll always respect you and give your case the attention it deserves.
And we're professionals you can trust.
We're here, we care, always for the people.
Fourth quarter, right here at the Liberty Patriots as they take the first snap. Campbell hands off. Letourneau comes around the right side. gets great yardage, gets the first down, and Liberty Patriots starts off just like that in the fourth quarter, Vance, with first down. Great play, get Letourneau around that corner and use his speed.
Well, Paul, throughout the week, you, Brian, myself, we all have our guys, sometimes gals that we talk to about the game that we called last week. What game are you guys doing this week? And we hear so many things about so many teams and so many players. In Kern County, you have to know we do. We hear a lot of stuff. A lot of people talk to Brian from a football level. A lot of people talk to Paul from a coaching level. A lot of people talk to me about what goes on in this community. And one thing we hear about the Liberty Patriots, hey, they are very diverse. They have a lot of different ways to come at you. And Brian, when you look at this Liberty Patriots team, Paul said it's a two-headed monster. We've upgraded it to a four-headed monster, but it's really a really complete, cohesive team.
Well, Vance, they had the problem that every coach wished they had is options. You know, and what they're trying to figure out is how do you manage those options? At what time do you use Vasquez? At what time do you use Letourneau? What time do you use Neal? What time do you use Pollard? And over time, if they can stay with, they'll learn that. And the game's going to dictate what you do. And if you can read the defense well, you can take advantage of those matchups.
Thank you, Brian. 2nd and 8, big campus. Byron Campbell in the shotgun, hands to Vasquez. Vasquez shakes one tackle, shakes another, and I believe picks up the first down. And if that's the case, it'll be 1st and 10. They move the chains. And I think now Liberty's really starting to find somewhat of a comfort zone here with their play calling, with the momentum that they have here. It's not a situation where they have to put the ball up anymore. They've got a 24-6 lead, Paul, and now you start grinding it out and get that offensive line a little bit more time to work on their game. And, of course, we've already mentioned one of the linemen, Patrick Guerrero, but they've got some nice big horses up there moving that ball.
Yeah, they're very physically fit. Coach Richardson here has a great weight room program. I'm looking through their program right here. You know, and even their quarterback, I see him here, and he's got 1, 2, 3, looks like 4 plates on each side, and he's squatting. So that's you know, what, 225 on each side. He's almost 500 pounds. They've got a picture of Campbell squatting, and then they have all their linemen over here. They each have about 5 plates on each side. So these young men are very strong, and you're starting to see right now, you know, everybody kind of wanted to put their 2 cents in at the beginning of the year saying, their offensive line is not as good as last year. Well, there's not a whole lot of offensive lines in the history of high school football was as good as their offensive line last year. So let's, you know, compare to everybody else this year. They're a very good offensive line.
Vasquez gets the pitch from Campbell. A nice hit out there, a big hit out there by Dan Wickensheimer. But it's still not enough to keep the Patriots from getting the first down. Our thanks to Brennan Newberry, driver of the 09 Flashco car in the SRL Series, a senior at Liberty High School, one of our students that we're going to bring up as a new segment for a high school football game of the week. Maybe bring up a kid from each home school, talk about life in high school. I can't even remember I do remember them, but it seems like a long time ago at Arvin High School. 1st and 10, Patriots now starting to get into the neighborhood. They're on the 20-yard line. Campbell from the wishbone as the running back on each side this time goes to Chris Neal. Chris Neal gets to about the 5-yard line. Brian Adams, it would be remiss of me not to touch base with you regarding the UCLA Bruins. Brian.
Well, Vance, one thing that's not happening in Bruinsville is you got to have some serious question marks about Coach Durrell. Any coach that goes to Utah and gets beat 44-0, and your players talk about they're not prepared, your coach said not prepared, that's a huge question mark for me. That's what your job is. That's what you do. You prepare. If you can't get the kids ready to go in and take advantage of a team you should beat, that's the issue for me. I'm not happy with Coach Durrell. I'm not on the Dump Durrell yet campaign, but I mean, you can't lose those kind of games. Ben Olsen is not the kid they had that was out in high school 4 years ago, and I think people have to accept that fact. The kid has some issues. He's a young man, actually, has some issues with the short passing game. People have exposed him on that. His mobility is limited. You know, so when you put that pressure, he can't avoid the sacks and get rid of the ball, so you take these huge sacks, and he's making bad decisions. And when you take those combinations of a coach that can't get kids prepared, a quarterback who is not the kid who came out when he's out of high school, the top-rated quarterback in the country, you have some issues. Cowan comes in, the guys bounce back, they're pumped up. He gets hurt down 3 weeks. They're going to be in for a tough test these next few weeks, because one thing you hate to be is see Notre Dame. If Notre Dame hasn't won a game and they face you the week after, and you're the team to get up the win. So Bruin land right now is in a lot of disarray.
Brian Adams, as poignant and transparent as humanly possible. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate that. Campbell hands to Vasquez. Vasquez wrapped up and thrown down. Paul, let's go from Inglewood over to Pasadena. Your thoughts on the USC Trojans?
Wow, what a machine. I was watching them the other day, and it's kind of, I don't want to compare Liberty High Patriots to them because you can't, but we're talking about all the weapons the Patriots have. You go Pollard, Vasquez, this and that. You go over to Trojan Land, and it's like, wow. How do you give everybody, as we used to say, how do you feed them all?
Right.
How do you keep them fed? And that's just it. I honestly think no one's going to beat them. They're going to go through the season undefeated. And this time, I think, I hate to say it because I love the Bruins, but, man, I think they're going to take it out on them this year.
3rd and 3, Patriots. Pitch out to Vasquez. Vasquez has the room. Touchdown, Patriots. Brian Adams, what'd you see?
Well, Vance, Chris Neal right there got number 18 from Stockdale coming in, walled him off. That allowed Vasquez to hit the seam and basically almost waltz into the end zone.
Chris Neal with the big block basically puts Vasquez in the end zone. Touchdown Liberty, 30-6. 30-6, and we'll see it eventually on our flash score replay after the PAT, but a big block out there by Chris Neal. Liberty clicking on the proverbial all cylinders now that we've had young Brennan Newberry up here. It's good, 31-6. If we can take a look at our flash score replay, we'll see that Brian spotted Chris Neal on the big block. Paul, do you see it on our flash score replay?
Yeah, right here. You're going to see it right in there, right there. He just went by it. You couldn't quite see it on that right there, but he does. He seals that off. From up here, we could see it a little better, but he seals off that inside, and then their left tackle really gets out there and kicks that block out. That was a pretty big hole. That was a great job of blocking. The whole team right there got to their assignment. We were talking about, the Liberty High Patriots earlier, how strong they were. What I like about them, we saw the East High linemen. They're huge. The East High linemen are all 320, and so, big country grider and all that stuff. But the Liberty High Patriots may not be as heavy, but they're very, very strong, and all of them can run. They have very good footwork, so it makes it nice. But that was a heck of a block there by Neal.
That's the voice of Paul Press. Brian Adams down on the field as always. I'm Vance Palm. You are watching High School Football Game of the Week exclusively on Bright House Networks Bakersfield. Get ready, Kern County, because we've got Bakersfield Condors coming up soon, and then we have the Bakersfield Jam, CSUB Roadrunner Basketball. Of course, one of our directors, Zach Flores, has Damage TV, and we have English on Demand. We have Bakersfield on Demand, One Connection, endless possibilities at Bright House Networks Bakersfield. A pleasure, a privilege, and an honor to be associated with Bright House Networks. I know Paul and I enjoy being up here and looking over the landscape on these Friday nights, seeing all the city lights from wherever we go, and Brian's always down in the mix of things down there, so it's pretty cool stuff.
You got the coolest job on Friday nights, I tell you. I'm loving this.
Under 8 minutes left in this football game. 1st and 10, Stockdale. Casey Hobson in the shotgun, pointing out to his receivers where he wants them to go. This time he flings it out to Osai. Osai just runs into trouble and fumble! And it should be Liberty Patriots football. Oh, they did rule him down. Brian on top of the play. In my right ear saying they blew him down. So
we're going to see it right here.
Flash on our Flash Go replay. Was he down? I don't know.
He wasn't down, but what they called right there, the whistle blew because of forward progress. So they say that he had him wrapped up. They stopped forward progress, and the whistle blew, and then the ball was stripped. So once again, KCOA, the officials right all over it. And, replay as we see it, you could see he was standing up, but you couldn't hear the whistle.
Hobson hands the ball up the middle. Thrown down, met early and hard. Number 40 on the tackle, Chris Walsh, as well as number 73 in there, Nick Haynes. Nick Haynes on the tackle as well. Next week, South High School will be visiting North. That's next Friday, but tomorrow, South High School Rebels celebrating 50 years. The 50-year celebration tomorrow
in the afternoon. For those of you that are watching this game, when you have a chance to make it over to South High School, they will be playing tomorrow against Shafter, and they'll be celebrating their 50 years, and that is going to be a very, very fun time. I know I've got a good friend, Sam Williams. She is one of the Rebelettes involved in the big show tomorrow, and she said, Vance, I was so excited to rehearse and run across that field with that big flag in my hands, and we are also very, very excited for the 50th anniversary game tomorrow. South High hosting Shafter. That ought to be a very, very good time. It's over at Shafter tomorrow. I believe it's at 3 o'clock. Don't quote me on that, everybody, but I believe it's an afternoon game, and if you went to South High School, oh, big hit out there. Yee.
Wow.
Who hit that?
Number 54 for the Patriots comes in and just...
Doggone it, don't have that number. Don't have 54.
No, we don't have him in the
But
program.
it is Zach Burke. Zach Burke on the hit. Thanks up here to the Patriots staff for pointing that out to me. So Zach Burke with a big hit. And just to close that thought off, tomorrow, 50-year anniversary of the South High School. And Herb Benham did a nice article in the Californian about it. Should be a really, really fun time. 2nd and 15. Claiborne trying to get out of trouble. Cuts upfield. Ay. Makes a cut, but then he's hit by Corey Vargas. So right now, Liberty, here they come. They are really popping some pads out there, Paul. Watch this hit. Pow!
Yeah, it comes up right there. Oh, number 40 and 45 hit him. Man, that's Bob Newton.
Chris Walsh.
Wow, Chris Walsh, Bob Newton, everybody. Patriots are just laying, as we say, laying the wood down.
3rd and 13. 3rd and 13. We're going to dip below 5 minutes right after this play, or during this play. Hobson goes to his left. Nice pass out there, thrown behind him actually. Really not the best pass. It was intended out there for the big feller. Tyler Cottrell can't come up with it, and that's going to be 4th and long. And with this wind behind him, he's going to have to fling it out there. And that's just a real tough pass for anybody to haul in.
I was looking out there at number 45, Bob Newton, 5'11", 220. He's a senior linebacker. I wonder if his father is Bob Newton, former West High athlete back in the day. Very, very good. Very built like him. If it's not his son, boy, I don't know, because he's built just like Bob was back when I was in high school. Man, short, and strong, and fast. So, man, these linebackers for the Patriots can really move side to side. I don't know how you attack them because they're so strong, but if you're trying to run away from them, it's not going to happen. It's not really going to happen. They cover sideline to sideline so well.
Well, penalty against the Patriots. Not that damaging of a penalty, but Coach Provençal not happy either way. The punt goes up, and it's a nice punt, but that wind just hits it and stops it. Hey, a nice little Stockdale bounce there, and oh, boy, we've seen this before. This seems to be the year. 2007 seems to be the season for ill-advised. And there's another shot of Coach Provençal right there, and Coach Boyer scratching their head going, what are these guys doing? This seems to be the season for ill-advised decisions on punt and kick returns. Look at this. At the last second, where's he going? Where's he going to go? I don't know.
Wow, he's lucky they didn't hold him up and strip the ball right there.
Remember last week, Dustin Robinson had a really unfortunate deal with him. The ball bounced off his fingers on the 2-yard line. Cooper Dameron falls on it. The driller score, and we thought that might be just a really horrible way for the Centennial Golden Hawks to have a loss handed to them. But sweet redemption. Robinson gets the last interception of the ball game and seals the victory. So sometimes it can go both ways, but it seems like we've seen a lot of that this year. Some punt returns and kick returns that making us nervous. 1st and 10. Patriots content to run the football, and Mike Wood, a 6-foot, 200-pound junior, now handling some running duties, and I think Coach Boyer, the offensive coordinator, is content to just work this clock a little bit. Big campus Byron Campbell, I think he's done for the night. He's watching from the 35-yard line. Nice night of work for Byron Campbell, Paul.
Yeah, with 31-6 right now with 4:15 left. Yeah, I'd take my starting quarterback and put him on the side, run out the clock. He did a good job of really using his feet tonight and using his head. He really orchestrated the offense very well tonight.
Handoff goes up the middle. Michael Sesman, is that who was
carrying it. Yes, Mike Sesman carried it.
Yeah.
Dylan Slayton is the quarterback now. Dylan Slayton, number 8, getting the signals from Coach Boyer as he'll walk him back in.
Well, it is homecoming, and Coach Provençal and Coach Boyer and them are trying to get the rest of their some of these guys that work so hard with the team out at practice. You know, they hold the bags, they take hits from the starters, they give the starters all their time and get out there. And you don't understand, it takes a whole team to become this good, really. Even if you're not a starter, you're a very important part of the team. And you got to try to give those guys a little love, as we said, and give them some PT time, especially with Bright House in the house.
Well, with 31-6, Paul and Brian, I think it's time that we go ahead and christen our Barbara Honda Player of the Game. Let's go to our resident expert, Brian Adams.
Well, I'm not an expert, but I'm gonna go with Letourneau. He got the touchdown off the mishandled punt, and then he got the big interception, turned the game around. He's been solid on defense and offense. That's my vote for player of the game.
Paul, I'll always disagree when Brian doesn't think he's an expert, because I know he is, but your call on player of the game.
I'll have to second his vote. I think Letourneau did a great job. He's been all over the field, offensively, defensively. He made a big-time play on that special team, and then the pick that he takes it to the house. And I think that return, when he just the will to get it into the end zone, that was a big-time hit. You know, that's going to be a highlight.
Our fourth voice in the player of the game always goes to the senior director in charge, and tonight it's, of course, Bernie Johnson. Bernie Johnson, I think, is concurring with us that it will be number 4, Andrew Letourneau. So Andrew Letourneau will be our Barbara Honda Player of the Game, number 4.
Paul said what's up.
Brian Adams letting Kern County know that Paul's saying what's up to Eric Mahanke. Thank you. It's all good. We're all close. We're all tight. Everybody in the living room wants to know and needs to know.
You know, Eric Mahanke, a lot of people don't know. Well, most people know he played for the Blitz. He was a receiver for us. But he's a teacher here at Liberty. He's a full-time sub. All the kids love him. I know my kids at home have had him in class, and Mahanke, Coach Mahanke, and they call him Coach Mahanke. And when he gets a chance to work with the kids around here, he does. I know he does some training and things like that. So still a very big positive part of Kern County, and we're happy to have him and his wife.
Hats off to both cheerleading advisors for the Mustangs and the Patriots. These young ladies out there in the cool breeze making sure it happens. Thank you to the cheerleading advisors for Stockdale and Liberty. Thank you. 2nd and 14 for the Patriots. Slayton on the keeper. Slayton, look at this, everybody. A big, long first down run, about a 25-yard run, 1st and 10 Liberty. So wow. Andrew Letourneau will be our Barbara Honda Player of the Game as we see Dylan Slayton pick up a nice first down, and Liberty really have a nice football game tonight. Next week, the Patriots will play Golden Valley. So they'll play the Golden Valley squad tonight. There's Chad Provençal, head coach of the Liberty Patriots. Nice job tonight, Coach. You and your coaching staff. 1st and 10. Another pitch goes out to Mike Wood. Wood keeps the ball in play. The clock will continue to tick. 31-6 is the score. It'll be a Liberty for victory, a defeat for Stockdale. Andrew Letourneau will be our Barbara Honda Player of the Game. Brian Adams will be meeting with him down on the sidelines after this game. Next week, we will be at North High School. North High School, they will host South High in the very, very long-running rivalry. Hey, there's Kevin, everybody, on our Flashco Football Scissor Lift. Hi, Kevin. Bye, Kevin. Kevin keeping that angle. That's his shot right there, everybody. You're looking at Kevin's angle from the Flashco Football Scissor Lift. Ray is over on the north side of the football field. There's Ray. Hi, Ray, on the Flashco Football Scissor Lift. Ray's light's beeping. What does that mean? Somebody's texting him. Under a minute left in this football game. Appreciate everybody being with us. And, of course, CSUB Athletics, the law offices of Young and Nichols, Bakersfield College for the halftime show, Flashco for the instant replay, and for giving us the time with one of their drivers tonight, young Brenna Newberry. And of course, Barbara Honda, player of the game. The handoff again will go to Mike Wood. Where's Dante? Have we seen Dante yet? There's Dante. Dante, good evening. Hello. Thank you for that great shot of the touchdown earlier in the evening. Carlos Anguiano is down close to the 20-yard line, and he's got Tyler with him. There's Carlos on the right. I don't know what dance that is. I'm not quite sure what dance that is, actually. But he's got Tyler handling the microwave with him. Tyler, get that chicken out of the microwave and the popcorn when you get a chance. Thank you. Last play of the football game. Will they get it off? They do not. That's the football game. 31-6, Liberty with a win over Stockdale. And homecoming, the seniors win the homecoming float award. Will go down to the field after this commercial break. Brian Adams will have Andrew Letourneau as the Barbara Honda player of the game. On behalf of Paul Press, I'm Vance Palm. It's been a pleasure for the high school football game of the week. We will see you next week at North High when they host South. Thank you. Good night.
Imagine a moment where you didn't have to think about gas prices. We did at Barbara Honda. And now, for a limited time only, get incredible clearance offers on all new remaining 2007 Honda models, including the new Honda Accord and all your other favorite Honda models in stock and ready to drive home. You've been thinking about it. Now's the time to do it. The 2007 clearance event at Barbara Honda, 4500 Wyville Road, at the entrance to the Bakersfield Auto Mall.
For over 3 decades, Flashco has been the local equipment company in Kern County. From major job sites to weekend projects, Flashco is the contractor's choice for equipment rental or purchase. We're also sign specialists using cutting-edge technology to create high-quality custom signage for anything. We're also the #1 local supplier of traffic control equipment, including signs, barricades, safety equipment, and more. Plus, our skilled mechanics will repair any make or model of heavy equipment. Flashco, we'll take care of it.
The Barbara Honda player of the game.
We're here for the Barbara Honda player of the game, where the Liberty High Patriots jumped up 31-6 over the Stockdale Mustangs. We're going to talk to Andrew Letourneau. He is our Barbara Honda player of the game. Andrew, you had a great game. Not only on special teams, you came up, they had a mishandled snap. You were able to recover the ball for a touchdown on that play. But the biggest play I thought was the backbreaker on defense. The ball was tipped up, tip drill, you intercepted it, took it to the house. Tell us a little bit about both plays, starting first with the recovery in the end zone.
On the first one, on the punt return, or the punt, we had a block on and the ball was snapped and it was low, and me and Sonny Fernandez came up and he made the tackle and I was just right there to scoop it up. And then on the interception, all week we've been talking about they pass a lot, that's all they do, mostly pass team, and saw Travis Holder come up and just tipped it and right in my hands and just took off and knew I was getting in the end zone.
Well, that's a rare occasion for a player to score twice in the game, one special teams and one on defense. It's probably never happened, I would bet, in the history of the school so far. But we're going to now make a presentation to you. Sam for Barbara Honda is going to give you a nice award tonight. And Sam, let you make this presentation.
All right, thank you, Andrew. Congratulations on having a great game. On behalf of Bright House Networks and Barbara Honda, we have some awards for you, a plaque for the player of the game, your performance in the player of the game, and just keep up the good work. It's really exciting to come out and watch you guys every time we come out here. So it's have a good season.
Well, Andrew, we're going to let you guys go. You're going to start back now in the league play, where you guys are 1-0 already in league play, looking to get a league championship. I know that's what your coach is talking about. Next week, we'll be out here with the other league, the Southwest Yosemite League, watching the North High Stars take on the South High Rebels. Thank you and good night.
Bakersfield, are you ready for game day? The CSUB Roadrunners are ready to take on all new NCAA Division I opponents. This is runner basketball like never before. Buy season tickets today beginning at just $100 for a full season of D1 hoops against teams like Oregon State, Utah State, San Jose State, Fresno State, UOP, Long Beach State, Pepperdine, and more. Go to GoRunners.com for a full schedule or call 654-BLUE to reserve your seats for this historic Roadrunner basketball season. Get ready for a fun and exciting season of runner hoops.
When you get injured, you may be facing an insurance company that has a lot of money to fight your case.
You need a lawyer on your side who's willing to fight the insurance companies and take your case to trial.
If you've suffered serious injuries in an accident, don't let them make you a victim twice.
At Young & Nichols, we've got the experience to take your case all the way.
I'm Steve Nichols.
I'm Thomas Brill.
And you have our word. We're always for the people.
We're here, we care, always for the people.
Imagine a moment where you didn't have to think about gas prices. We did at Barber Honda. And now, for a limited time only, get incredible clearance offers on all new remaining 2007 Honda models, including the new Honda Accord, and all your other favorite Honda models, in stock and ready to drive home. You've been thinking about it. Now's the time to do it. The 2007 clearance event at Barber Honda, 4500 Wyville Road, at the entrance to the Bakersfield Auto Mall.
For over 3 decades, Flashco has been the local equipment company in Kern County. From major job sites to weekend projects, Flashco is the contractor's choice for equipment rental or purchase. We're also sign specialists using cutting-edge technology to create high-quality custom signage for anything. We're also the #1 local supplier of traffic control equipment, including signs, barricades, safety equipment, and more. Plus, our skilled mechanics will repair any make or model of heavy equipment. Flashco, we'll take care of it.
This has been an exclusive presentation of Bright House Networks.